3 p.m.
Are you ready for showtime? Oh, come on, you can do better. Are you ready for showtime?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Break down, baby.
Who the hell is this?
Alan, you have been described by your enemies as evil, insane, manipulative. Who are you?
To examine it would be to demystify it.
Yo, kick it with a tasty groove, okay?
Wow.
It definitely makes me cringe.
Very, very, very painful.
1, 2, 3, kick it. Kick it. Come on. God damn it. Could you one time kick it? What the
You're disgusting.
It's showtime!
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7
You ignorant prick bastard.
WMMS.
Cleveland.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good afternoon. Greetings. Welcome, all that. How are ya? I can never get my chair height right.
Yeah.
You think...
There's a lot of little adjustments that
You'd
go into
think
it. Yeah.
that there would be... You know, like in your car, if you opt to... In some cars, it's in mine, but I never use it. You can preset where your seat goes.
Right.
And I have presets on mine. I've never used them because who cares? I need that for my studio chair, where I'll come in, push a button, and it'll raise to my current, because I'm not a tall guy. I'm not short, but I'm just shy of 6 feet. So if my seat is too low...
You feel like a little kid.
I feel like a little kid. I feel like Steve Martin in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels at the dinner table. And then if it's too high, I feel like I'm...
May I go to the bathroom? Thank you.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm looming over, and I need to find that right balance. Anyway, good afternoon. Welcome. My name is Alan Cox. Thank you for showing up. Say hello to Bill Squire, who's here too.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We are live today, live on YouTube.
Live streaming at the Alan Cox Show YouTube page.
That's right.
After the cacophonous cry, the overwhelming demand from the audience to have some kind of live stream where they could, minute to minute, second to second, mock us, leave awful comments.
Which they will do.
Whatever they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a test run at the Alan Cox Show YouTube channel.
You can get the link if you...
Feel free to enjoy.
I just tweeted out a link on my Twitter, at Bill Squire, and you should be able to find it. Just search the Alan Cox Show, and it should be up there.
It'll be up there. Erica Lauren is out. Pound Cake's back behind the glass.
Afternoon, white people.
How you feeling, Pound Cake?
I'm all right.
Good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Decent day so far? How was the day gig? How's that job working out?
I'm good so far.
Yeah.
I ain't fired yet, so I would say A's across the board.
You get any kind of regular feedback from your bosses over there?
Well, yeah, we have day-to-day quotas, so they can see in the computer how I did that day. So.
I see. And are you meeting your quotas?
Yeah.
Is quotas the plural of quota?
I think quota is
its
plural.
own plural, right?
Right.
You're meeting your quota?
Okay, so yeah, I'm meeting my quota.
Yeah. I didn't know that either. Is singular quotum? Is quotum a word? Or is that just a chocolate drink from New Zealand that I'm thinking of? Is quotum a word?
I have no idea.
It is a word.
Is it?
Scrotum's
Yes.
a word.
Scrotum is a word,
scrotum's a
too.
word.
Are you meeting your scrota?
That's a lot. What is your scrota? How many scrotums do you have to interact with to
How many
hit your scrota?
Scrota do you have to deal with on a daily basis?
That's a tough one. For work or for pleasure?
So, well, I imagine you're keeping your own analytics when you punch out. But so on a weekly basis or whatever, somebody could come to you and say, you know what, Cody, you're not meeting your quota. Mm-hmm. We expect big things of you.
Yep.
All right.
And then you'll see me carrying a little box with all my stuff.
I
have nothing. It's just a bunch of pretzels. Like, that's what I'm ashamed of most. When whoever cleans out my desk, if I get fired, it's just gonna be like Rice Krispie treats, Pringles, pretzels, and they're probably
leave it for the next person.
someone's gonna take that. They know I'm the snack guy.
Give of your snacks, right? Well, in movies and maybe even in real life, if you've been with an organization for a long time and they walk you out, you've got the cardboard box. Maybe you've got a plant. People who have their diploma on the wall. Like in cartoons when somebody goes grocery shopping, the bag always has a baguette sticking out of it.
Of course,
Maybe some leafy greens. It's like that in the movies and the cartoons. When you get fired, you're walking out with a cardboard box. I always think of Bob Goldthwait in Scrooged, where they kick him out and they throw the box at him, and he's sitting there on the curb. He's got a picture of his wife or whatever. Pound Cake would just have snacks, just be a box full of snacks.
And I would just have like a hula hoop and Wilhelmina's panties, because I don't really have a lot going on in the office.
Not a whole lot. I would have a lot to pack.
I wonder what a lot of people probably have a lot of embarrassing stuff that they probably wouldn't want people to find. Their search history on their work computers, their stuff that they kept in their desk for years.
Yeah, but
boogers.
unless it's illegal if you're fired, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares what your search history was?
But you just want everybody to know your business because IT's
okay.
in
Well,
there,
first of all, you shouldn't be doing that stuff at work.
I know.
If you don't want people to find out.
I know.
And luckily for us, anything that is on our history, we'd be like, that was for work.
Show research.
Doing some research before the show.
Yeah. Alan, 6 hours of pre-show porn? Hey, research. We had somebody coming in. Who better to go to than to the experts?
A lot of
pornography.
piggybacks in that pornography.
A lot of piggybacks in there.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the radio job. I'm talking about people who have office jobs who are pulling all-nighters, or people who are there on the weekends or getting up real early when no one else is at the office. They might wax one out earlier before anyone else gets there, especially if you have a little cubicle off to the side in the corner where no one can see.
Wax one out?
But in this day and age, why would you? Yeah, first of all, what?
I don't know what that means, but I'm using it from now on.
Why would you use your work computer when you could just use your phone
or your laptop?
Yeah,
or something.
This day and age, it doesn't make sense to use your work computer.
It doesn't matter. I think you're still attached to the Wi-Fi once you go into the building.
Well, then turn off the Wi-Fi.
Okay, still doing something at work.
I'm just telling people how to get away with it.
Okay.
If you want to get away with
He's
it,
not chastising
turn off the
them.
Wi-Fi.
He's giving them all the hacks.
Yeah. Some people just don't care. They're like, whatever. It's
right.
I want to see it in big screen. So.
Yeah. Hey, listen, by tomorrow, we might all be walking out of here with cardboard boxes full of stuff.
Yeah, they got another day.
They keep kicking the can down the road on this bankruptcy for this company, and I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm waiting with bated breath along with everybody else. They keep setting these deadlines. Last night at midnight was some deadline, and they keep passing them. Trying to come up with some deal. I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
I wonder if
Nothing we can do.
Nothing we can do. I wonder if they're having these same conversations at Netflix. Netflix, like our company, is $20 billion in debt, which you don't just dig yourself out of. So, you get to a point where you got to figure something else out. I wonder if they have these conversations in Netflix.
I don't think Netflix is having trouble making their payments the way that iHeart is. You haven't heard anything about that yet.
But we've been around a lot longer than Netflix.
Yeah, but
so our debt has been accumulated over years.
Well,
Netflix has just been maybe.
Let's just turn this live stream, this broadcast, into
a money-making machine.
Yeah, a telethon.
There you go. I'm going to start holding up sheets of paper that'll have advertisers' names on it.
Yeah,
that'll be the,
Hey, that's something that we'll probably work on at some point. Where in the commercial breaks we'll have stuff running, because. Why not?
Yeah, Bill and I in the commercial breaks are going to start acting out live commercials for top dollar.
Yeah, we'll
premium content, I believe, is what they call it in the biz.
We'll show you how to use a Bic Flex 5 in real time.
Right. No, we're done with those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I am still using that Reiser though.
Oh, yeah,
I will give them that.
Them.
Yeah, they gave them a bunch, and they're actually good.
Yeah, thanks for the packs.
You're welcome.
I'll give you a couple.
I gave him a couple.
Oh, you did? Okay, good.
I can use some more.
Right, but how often do you shave? How often do you need to shave?
It depends. My face.
Yeah, I'm talking about your face.
Oh, my face. Maybe once a week.
Once a week. Okay.
If I want to be completely
smooth,
completely smooth once a week. If not, I'm usually lazy most of the time.
Did he say smooth?
Smooth.
Like JB smooth? You
I
mean?
said smooth.
Are you sure?
All right.
Yes.
I heard smooth.
I didn't. All right.
Completely smooth.
Completely JB smooth. That
That's
would be
once
you.
a week. But usually I'm lazy, so it's usually twice a month then. So once every 2 weeks.
Okay.
I just try to.
And this is half of every occasion. I got a hat that I only wear to a baby shower. You know what I mean?
Yes.
All kind of hats, man.
No, that's JB smooth. That's not who you were talking about, right?
No.
Okay. Want to make sure. Be clear.
He is clean shaven as well, though.
Well, yeah, because he's doing Bic ads.
Yeah, he is.
Between Bill and me and JB Smooth, we got that Bic game covered, son.
Smooth.
Smooth. Yeah. Maybe that'll be the new evolution of smooth. Smooth, smooth, smooth.
Smooth.
Man,
I like
you
smooth.
right? Nice.
Smooth.
So, yeah, I don't know. I keep reading these articles in Forbes magazine about what's going on with this company. Because a lot of times when you'll read things, we'll get corporate emails. They'll go, hey, there's a lot of misinformation out there. We haven't gotten anything.
Nope. They've been very quiet.
Yep, very quiet. So who knows? There's people working in top floor corporate offices in New York hammering out some deal. So we'll see.
No matter what happens, we can always make a living on the YouTube now.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
We got that all locked up.
Fantastic. What a time for me to learn how to do video. And by that, I mean be in a video.
Hey, you got your camera hooked up over there. You had to punch in a number or two.
Yes, I did. I punch in a couple of numbers. Hey, necessity's the mother of invention, right? I'm going to invent something else.
What's that?
I don't know.
We gotta get.
I don't know how to do anything else.
We gotta get like those sand computer things like they had in Black Panther. You guys,
I haven't seen Black Panther yet.
No one saw it except me.
Nope. All I did was whip off an awful, awful pun last night to Gwen, where she almost punched me in the face.
Please tell.
She was talking about, girls use like Rent the Runway. There's all those. I don't know if your girl does too, but there's all these apps and websites where you can try on clothes if you have a big event or something, and then you send it back, right? Stitch Fix, whatever. And I said that they're really trying to capitalize on girls that have to wear dark tones and business casual. It's called Black Pant Her. I didn't even get a pity chuckle out of her. She just scrunched up her face. I'm like, I'm sorry. They've got it. They're not going to be all great, but they've got to come out.
Yeah.
They've got to come out.
Otherwise, they become cancer.
They've got to come out. Better at home than here.
But you still told us.
Which I just did. Well, I was asked.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, I was.
So that's on me.
You have only yourself to blame, Bill. All right, we're live streaming at the Alan Cox Show YouTube page if you want to see us there today. I'll come back and have passes for you for Pacific Rim Uprising. If you liked the first one or didn't see the first one, you can probably catch up. It's going to be in theaters everywhere Friday, March 23rd. You can catch a pre-screening of that. We'll do that coming back. 35192 if you want to text.
The Alan Cox Show.
performance go-karts. When I was a kid, I used to love go-karts, but we were relegated to whatever was at the local putt-putt. WMMS Tuesdays, that would be today. You mentioned MMS, you can get 2 races for $25. That is every Tuesday in March. They are just west of Medina Square off Route 18 in the old Foundry building. And not just MMS Tuesdays, they do stuff just about every day of the week. Wednesdays and Thursdays, they do reverse track in March. It's a ton of fun. You're going to find them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. They even have leagues if you want to sign up for one of those. Find them online, highvoltagekarting with a K.com.
It's time to give stuff away. Alan Cox, baby, giving stuff away. Give stuff away.
All right, Pacific Rim has a sequel called Pacific Rim Uprising. John Boyega from Star Wars is in it. And, some other people. I think Charlie Day is in the sequel, too. Friday, March 23rd is when it will hit theaters. You can see an early screening of it. Pacific Rim Uprising for caller number 13. These tickets are yours. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Just consider us your earbuds.
Jesus, who writes this crap?
The Alan Cox Show.
On WMMS.
Well, the consensus on the live feed at the Alan Cox Show YouTube channel is that we should just let it roll.
Yeah, I think during
commercial breaks.
Right, but we can't play the commercials, I don't think.
No, we could have no audio feed,
But what I'm going to do is
I'm not sure why people would want to see that, but
because it's more boring just watching the I mean, like a little card that says, we'll be right back.
Right.
But what I'm going to do is put together some videos and visuals that will play during the breaks.
I think there should be like one of those static old-timey cards.
I could make one
of
those.
We'll be right back. Where guys,
with a dial tone?
Yeah, let's go out to the lobby or something like that. So you can watch the live stream at the Alan Cox Show YouTube channel. You can chat, of course. We did this when I first got to Cleveland. We had a webcam in here, dedicated webcam, and then we had a chat, and it was fun for a while. And then they stopped the webcam in here. But now we've got YouTube
technology
channel
with multiple cameras.
Better, stronger, faster.
That's right.
Is what we could do.
And it's got a little emblem right there that says the Alan Cox Show on
it. So everybody
nice?
knows.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Alan, tell Pound Cake to stop looking at porn. He's not looking at porn. He's just fine. At least I don't think he was.
Yeah, I'm trying to look. I don't think he is.
I don't think he was. Hey, Friday, Dr. Ryan Berglund will return to the show. We haven't seen him in a minute. He has come in for many years from time to time, every month and a half, to give of his time and his talent. He's a urologist at the Cleveland Clinic, tops in his field. And he comes in for the segment's called Is It Red, for those of you who are new to the show. And it's for the express purpose of helping you guys with whatever weirdness you've got going on down there. We've talked, some people invariably will have questions about something weird that popped up on their rod. Maybe they're having a problem with their lady. They can't get it up. Some other
there's
guys.
Something flaky. There's something popping out. There's all sorts of weird things.
Oh.
We've got plenty of. Sometimes it's parents concerned about their children.
Right.
Whether they had a botched
circumcision. Not vasectomy, circumcision, yes.
Yeah, my baby's vasectomy did not work.
Oh, man. You know what? It's my religious belief that babies should be vasectomized as soon as they come out, and they screwed it up.
Is that another word? Vasectomized?
I just
combined.
It's
a conjugation, really.
I combined vasectomy and victimization, which if you go to anybody other than Dr. Berglund, you might experience. But, he does these all the time. And what I imagine he'll tell us on Friday is that this is really go time for him. This is
March Madness.
Busy season for him because of March Madness. He said a lot of guys time out their vasectomies for this time of year.
March Madness means what?
Because people want to sit at home and watch the games.
The games. They want to sit on a frozen bag of peas after they've had their vasectomy.
So they have something to do.
This is a very busy time of year for him.
There's a couple. Insane. Well, there's a couple different times a year when he said that he gets real busy. Lots of people schedule their appointments for this week, and then whenever like a big video game's going to come out, or
so they can when they have time off, they can sit on their ass and have something to do.
Exactly.
Oh, people are. Okay.
What? That's smart.
Okay. We have Netflix. We have so much stuff at your disposal. You have anything you want to do anytime you want it.
Yeah, but if you want a specific thing, you want an excuse to stay home and watch the NCAA tournament, that's a great excuse. Like, hey, I'm getting the bullets out of the gun, and I get to watch basketball. Okay. It's not so bad.
Okay.
Take the bullets out of that gun, Pound Cake. That's what we're trying to tell you.
I'll be sure to get my vasectomy during RuPaul's Drag Race.
Right, a marathon of RuPaul's Drag Race. Hey, listen, I was contacting my friends who still live in Beaver County outside Pittsburgh. Aptly titled Beaver County. They are seeing a huge uptick in STD numbers among young people. So if you listen to the show, and we have a lot of bureau chiefs in and around the greater Pittsburgh metropolitan area, if you are in Beaver County,
kids are gross.
You should take it seriously. That they're seeing a lot of STDs popping up among 15 to 24-year-olds. So they're not using young people as kind of your catch-all media phrase. They mean literally young people, 15 to 24.
Because there's a lot of cross-contamination at those ages where there's 18-year-olds that are banging 24-year-olds and then maybe banging down, too. Maybe banging a 17-year-old, and that 17-year-old might bang a 15-year-old.
Not only that, but then you've got the outliers.
What we need is one of those maps with all, like, the different pins and, like, the yarn. So
like a serial killer
Yeah,
map.
exactly.
Don't you guys miss the olden days when God used to put a cancer inside the beehole of every sodomite?
The olden days? You mean a couple of years ago?
The good old days where it was just the sodomites that wouldn't be able to sit down.
Here's what I'm saying. In addition to that, you're going to have the outliers, like teachers in their mid-30s who are having sex with 15-year-olds.
Yes.
And then that's going to throw the whole Venn diagram off.
I just don't understand why people don't use protection in this day and age.
Because it feels better.
I know it feels better, but
Feel good.
It's just not worth it to get the STDs.
God's going to put a cancer in the butthole of every sodomite. Every sodomite's butthole, everyone that practices sodomy from the day of this message will get cancer in the butthole. It'll burn and burn and burn.
I had to have my sphincter stitched shut. It was horrible.
That sounds horrible.
But not just gays practice sodomy, though. And sodomy is not just beehole
We
sex.
know that.
It's lettuce, too, so I don't
We know
understand.
that. Well, that's why they're telling people that, like, there's also an uptick in guys getting throat cancer from going down on some nastiness.
Yeah.
You can't do anything anymore. You can't have any fun whatsoever.
That's why monogamy is going to be back in style. Just so you don't get throat cancer.
But even in monogamy, you got to hope that the other your
person
girl
was
had
good.
a life before you.
Mm-hmm.
Show me the hoe facts.
And what is that?
The STD report. I want to see if you got a clean bill of health.
I know.
Show me the hoe facts. The HIV rate in Beaver County, outside Pittsburgh,
HIV
has increased 300%. And Allegheny
There's
County.
one very busy person there.
I think so. Allegheny County, which encompasses the whole of Pittsburgh Metro, they are seeing all kinds of problems. So I was texting my friends that still live in there. I said, now granted, they're all
adults,
a little bit younger than I am. They're not in the 15 to 24 range, but they're still younger than me. So just be careful. Be careful whatever you're doing out there.
Think of all places they'd be careful. It's Beaver County.
We have a lot of exactly. Oh, trust me, there was a photo that a friend of mine took, and it ended up going viral because there was a Wendy's in Beaver County that had a sign when you walked in the lobby. Looked like they spent a lot of money on it. It wasn't handwritten. It was like they had redone one of the Wendy's locations to make them all new and glossy. And in the lobby, they had a sign that said, "Welcome to Wendy's Beaver." Along the way, no one thought,
No,
hey,
they knew.
that'll be... No.
They knew.
They
had to know.
I'm just saying they got it past enough people who should have known better.
Should have filmed a show there.
Wendy's Beaver?
No, like Beaver Creek.
What's Beaver Creek?
It'd be like the spinoff of Dawson's Creek. And they could have... It would be a teen drama just because they would have like a bunch of, kids getting STDs and a bunch of sex and stuff. I feel like it would be like a bunch of debauchery.
Welcome to This Week on Beaver Creek, where the HIV rate has skyrocketed to 300%.
I don't want to wait.
I don't want to wait.
AIDS to get AIDS. I don't know.
I don't want to wait for you to put on a condom. Let's go at it. Let's raw dog. Yeah, bring Paula Cole back into the public consciousness again. That ain't bad.
That was a good-ass show.
Never watched it.
Never saw 1 second of Dawson's Creek.
That and Degrassi.
I like all those people in other things. I think Dawson's Creek was not for me. I liked, what's his name, Joshua Jackson? Is that his name?
Yeah, Mighty Ducks.
He was great in Fringe. Love
Mighty
that show,
Ducks.
Fringe.
I mean, really only Mighty Ducks is what I know him from.
Really? The dude from Dawson's Creek?
Yeah.
I never saw Mighty Ducks either.
He was in all 3.
Oh, okay.
He was like the main character.
I think you're thinking of Emilio Estevez.
No.
He wasn't in Dawson's Creek.
He was not.
Oh.
He was the coach. He was a kid in Mighty Ducks.
Okay.
He had a good cameo on a show or a movie that had a lot of references to Dawson's Creek.
Vanderbeek, wasn't it? Like How I Met Your Mother?
Joshua
Jackson?
Oh. Yeah, talking about Pacey. I can't
And
remember
Michelle
what it was.
Williams, too, right? She came from Dawson's Creek.
Did she?
Yeah, didn't she?
Katie Holmes.
No, the blonde girl. Didn't Michelle Williams, Heath Ledger's ex, that's in like all the she got paid nothing and Mark Wahlberg got $2 million?
Yeah,
Didn't she come from Dawson's Creek?
I think she came from Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was her first gig, but I know she was in it.
She's
That
cute.
was probably one of her early gigs for sure.
Okay, well, anyway, I don't know if Beaver Creek is going to get made, but there is a Beaver Creek up there.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I want a show about West Middlesex.
Where is that?
That's in Pennsylvania.
Oh, West Middlesex.
I like to call it Center F Town.
Yeah! All right, well, this is this week on Center F Town. Jimmy finds out he's got some scabs where you don't want them. And Frankie has a long, hard conversation with her mother about what she's doing. By the way, I had the conversation with my son over the weekend. I asked him if he and his girl were doing stuff.
Good for you.
And he said no.
Did he just hold up his finger? Go, you tell me.
He put it on my upper lip and said, "Now you tell me, bro."
And
you take it and go, "Oh, so you're not."
Well, according to him, his girl is way into Jesus.
That don't mean nothing. They're like, okay, well, not the vagina.
That's right.
Everything
That's
but
right.
the vagina.
Right. But I just wanted to impart on him the importance of taking precautions.
Should give him
And
some
so
condoms.
what? No, I didn't. I know he's got some. He just said that he hasn't. What he said to me, and I don't want to sound naive. What he said was, he goes, right now, it's not that big of a deal to me. He goes, if it was, I could find another girl, is what he said.
He's lying to you.
Well, he may very well be, but I'm just saying that logically makes sense to me. Because he could. A good-looking dude, tall kid. You know, he's like, if I really wanted that, I could go get it. That's right.
He goes to Catholic school for crying
He goes
out
to
loud.
Catholic school.
Yeah.
Boys like a challenge.
So
He likes the girl that he's with. That's
right.
what it seems
Yeah,
like.
he digs her, and if she's putting the brakes on currently, hey, listen, he's 17, okay? I was 17 my first time, and I was a late bloomer.
Yeah.
My friends are all like 14, 15 years old. So I was like an old maid when I finally got some at 17.
I was 19.
Yeah, that's like, my parents wouldn't let me date till I was 16. And once I was 18, I was right in there. I finally had a date. A couple of years later.
19 pound cake.
Well, I was the definition of
I
a
was
late
20.
bloomer.
I was 20 when I officially lost it.
But see, when
21.
But when I lost it, that was it. Like, I made up for lost time. Like, I was like...
I was 22.
22?
Yeah, because I was because of the whole Mormon thing and the missionary
Yeah,
stuff.
I understand that.
I understand him, but
Yeah.
me, like, it's not like I could just... Like, I did other things when I was, like...
Yeah, I did everything but the actual
everything but sex.
PV.
Everything but sex. But not in college, I lost it. And then after that, it was like all downhill. I was like, okay, big stick gloves are coming off. Like, I'm not going to be the only one in my class that just... So then I became a hoe after that, so...
I'm not going to be the only one in my class who's not a hoe.
Yeah.
I got some sinning to do.
Yeah.
All right, let me try to get you some money here. Bottom of every hour, we do our $1,000 bribe for the next few weeks. So there are plenty of chances for you to win some money. $1,000 attached to each one of these words. So good luck.
Your shot at $1,000. Now, text the keyword LUCK to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply. That's LUCK to 200-200. Good luck from WMMS.
All right, next one around 4:30. Thank you, by the way, to one of our bureau chiefs in Pittsburgh. I love when they send me news stories with Yinzers.
Oh,
I have a great affinity
the best.
for Yinzers, people I lived among for many, many years. A guy was arrested after he stole an ambulance outside the PPG Paints Arena, which used to be the Civic Arena, the Mellon Arena. They changed the name after I left. And crashed into another vehicle. Good. Thank you, by the way, to one of our bureau.
A couple captures video of a man stealing an emergency vehicle right outside the arena, and he got pretty far before the cops caught up to him. Good evening to you. I'm Paul Martino. Tonight, that suspect isn't driving anywhere. He's in custody. He's identified as 24-year-old Matthew King. Police say King was drunk when he jumped into the driver's seat of the medic supervisor vehicle. Happened last night after the Kid Rock concert.
Of course it did. It happened after the Kid Rock concert. I'm an American badass, right?
The way you do your fist is
Yeah,
exactly how
I'm
they
American
would.
Woo!
And they have to have their shirt all the way down to their belly button, like it's open.
No,
all the way
he's
down.
just got a shirt with no sleeves on it, and he's got like wearing a camo hoodie, or he's wearing an American flag trucker hat or whatever. And
Baseball
steals it on you.
cap, a very old baseball cap with a fish hook on it.
At PPG Paints Arena, a couple staying at the nearby Cambria Suites captured the whole thing on their cell phone.
Oh my God.
That's the money shot. Oh my God.
Oh, it's so perfect.
He's going downtown in that amber lamps.
Is that real?
Yes. I love the Inzers.
Oh my God, he's stealing it. What the Oh my Lord.
Oh my Lord. Oh, he's going to go further downtown. He better not take it to the Mon Wharf. Oh no. They caught him at the Golden Triangle. He made the mistake of stopping in for a cup of cola and egg for mayonnaise. Yeah, I love it. So thank you, whoever.
Can I get the oh my God again?
Oh my God! Oh, that guy. Yeah, I may have to zip through it.
Nah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'll find it. I'll isolate it in the break. Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Oh. What I like are those people are clearly from the area, but they got a hotel room downtown for the Kid Rock concert.
That's
because
fair.
they know they're going to party.
Yeah,
so
they know they're going to party.
That's safe.
That's right.
Smart.
Hell, I want a hotel room when I party downtown. I live like 10 minutes away.
I always get a hotel.
You can walk home and you want to stay downtown.
When we were at, he was talking about getting a hotel for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, I still want one.
Like, we're going to be day drinking. He's like, I need a hotel.
Yep.
Just in case I have to poop. I don't want to have to go all the way home.
And you and Douchey. In our meeting this morning, we're talking to Douchey.
She's got the same problems.
She gets very nervous, but she actually will poop.
She poops here.
She'll poop anywhere.
But she poops during the show. Like I remember one time I was watching Rover Radio online, and then I was like, "Oh, where's Douchey?" And then they said something like, "Oh, Douchey's pooping." I'm like, "What the hell?"
She's got a plastic bag that she'll poop in the parking lot if it comes down to it.
I didn't realize so many people around here had anxious bowels.
I guess that's one way to be anxiety-ridden.
Don't you remember when I had to go pee really bad and I left? I didn't even say anything. I just ran out. I would be like 2 minutes tops, and then you guys turned over. You guys thought I fainted or something.
Yeah, we thought you were out.
Smells like the devil pinched off a loaf in here.
Yep, here's the guy.
Nearby Cambria Suites captured the whole thing on their cell phone.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, he's stealing it.
Oh my God, Tommy. Get down off of there.
It's incredible.
Love it. I heard it in the Rover promo, actually. So I was going to mention this yesterday, and I never got around to it. But they had it in their promo about if your last text was your epitaph.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's a viral thing that's going around.
Yeah.
They were like, okay, take your last text. That would have to be on your tombstone. I haven't really looked at anyone's tweets about that, but I thought the premise of it was funny.
Yeah, it is funny. I think... I saw that, when I saw that, my last text was, "Oh wow."
Now that'd be a great epitaph.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what my last text was. I'd have to look.
Probably something boring.
Probably was something boring.
I know that's the thing. Is a lot of times
okay.
Because I think if it were going off my last text right now, it'd be like, "I'll be there about 7:20."
Even that's a great epitaph.
That's still,
out
it's
of context.
Okay, yeah.
I can't say mine on air. It's not appropriate. It was to my brother, and you know how I talk.
So it had a lot of N-words in it?
I was like,
give us an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, N-word, you wildin', bruh.
That'd be a good one.
Well, that'd be funny because whatever it was would have to be in quotation marks etched into the headstone.
Bruh, you wildin'.
Ninja, you wildin', brah.
How you spell wildin'?
It's just like wildin', but you pronounce it
Wildin'.
Yeah.
What was your brother doing? He was wildin' out.
It's within a conversation, a private conversation.
Or was he just watching an actual Wild and Out marathon with Nick Cannon?
That was it.
And Cat Williams. All right, I'm going to break. I'm going to have $25 to Collision Bend Brewery for you. They're doing a big thing on St. Patty's Day, so we'll hook you for that if you want to check them out in the flats. 35192 to text. You can watch the live stream at the Alan Cox Show YouTube channel, or you can hit us up at alancoxshow.com.
Podcast with my son Griffin.
John dreams of inspiring
give stuff away.
All right, let's get you $25 to Collision Bend Brewing Company this Saturday. Their first annual St. Patty's Day party, live music, drinks, and beer specials, corned beef pizza, Irish popcorn, and lots more. CollisionBendBrewery.com. If you want more information, they're in the flats. $25 for you. Good luck. Caller 11-216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
From the Final Touch Construction Studios, this is the 50th anniversary of WMMS Buzzard Radio, an iHeart radio station. And this is the Alan Cox Show.
$35192. You want to text the show streaming live at the Alan Cox Show YouTube channel. And if you want to join us on Saturday for our big St. Pat's event, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be the inaugural Cleveland St. Patty's Day party down there on West 6th with the 5K and kilt run. I'll have another way for you to win your way in to join us at around 5:20 this afternoon. There is a promo code, by the way, you can use for $10 off your registration. If you don't feel lucky enough to win, you can register yourself. Use the code WMMS10. And that'll get you $10 off your registration for either the 5K or the kilt run or both. But you can get the info at WMMS.com. It's going to be us. It's going to be some of the RMG crew. We're going to be running, and then after 10, we're going to be drinking. So we're going to start off at Dive Bar at 10 o'clock, and then we're going to move around from there, and we'll keep everyone apprised of where we're going to be. So around 10:15 or so, me and Bill and Pound Cake, Doogie, Dieter, Snitzer, and Jeffrey. We're all going to be down there having fun. So they're going to have bagpipers and kilt runners, and we'll start up a Dive Bar, and then we'll hit a handful of spots after that. In lieu of, we want to mix it up a little bit because we've done the combined show, St. Patty's Day bar crawl in years past. So this year we want to do the thing down at West 6th.
It's still going to have sort of a bar crawl feel to it.
It'll be a lot of fun.
We're going to be going to different bars on West 6th.
I'm looking forward to it.
Just all kind of centralized this time.
That's right. So it'll be a lot of fun. And so again, you can go to WMMS.com, get all the info. WMMS10 is that promo code for $10 off your registration.
And like I think you were saying yesterday, you're going to feel good about drinking because we're going to go run for a little bit. So you're like, I could have a beer and not feel bad about it.
If you're somebody who likes to feel like you earned something.
Right.
Right? How do they, beer commercials now seem to be centralized on, you've earned it. It's not just a guy sitting on his couch drinking beer. It's people that are like, they went for a run.
Oh, like
or
the
they played
Michelob
racquetball.
Ultras?
Yeah, they played a racquetball or whatever. And
yeah.
So
those are the skinny beers.
Skinny beers. That's right. So we'll see you downtown bright and early on Saturday. Or not, just later on when we're drunk. But we'll be wearing kilts. Pound Cake will. Will you keep the kilt on, Pound Cake?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, why would I not?
No, I don't know. I mean,
is everyone taking theirs off?
That I do not know. I'm not speculating at all. I was just wondering if you would.
Nope. I got my compression pants. I'm wearing my kilt on top of that, and then I'll wear the shirt that they gave me. So
I got my own shirt.
That's what it is. So
Are you going to wear their shirt?
No, I've got my own shirt.
I'm going to wear the shirt.
Yeah.
I had a punny one years ago when I did like fake Patty's Day in Kent, but I can't find it, and I don't feel like doing laundry, so I'm going to wear the shirt that they gave me. So.
Okay.
It's a long sleeve shirt, so you'll be warm. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to kind of navigate the temperature. That's the only thing.
What is it going to be, like 50, 40?
41 is I think Sunday is when it's supposed to break 50 degrees, but as far as Saturday goes, I think 41 is the warmest I've seen anyone predict it's going to be.
It could be worse.
I love people texting me the whole, if your last text was your epitaph thing that's going around. 35192 is the text. My last text was, well, I can't afford that, so we might as well sell it. My last text was, choke me harder, Daddy.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you text that to someone?
Because you want to
having some sex.
Exactly. You want to excite them while they're at work, hating their life.
Man. What if it was just a guy role-playing with his penis?
Why would he be texting his penis?
Because everyone has a cell phone now. That's why. Homeless guys have cell phones.
More cell phones in the world than toothbrushes.
And then the penis just replies K.
With a peach emoji. There are more cell phones in the world than toothbrushes?
I learned that in my social media outreach
You know what?
class.
That does not surprise me at all.
There's more cell phones. More people own cell phones than they do toothbrushes.
Well, you can live without a toothbrush.
You can live without a cell phone.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Bite
recommend
your
either.
tongue, pound cake. You can't live without a cell phone.
Bitch, I'm not everyone. I'm just saying people can live without a cell phone.
Why am I a bitch all of a sudden?
I just think...
God, it's one thing for the audience to call me that from time to time.
It's a
Pound
reflex.
cake calls it to me all the time.
But I'm just saying, people in like Africa where they don't have the best like hygiene or whatever, or like you think they would want water or something like that, they're like, no, I have a cell phone. That's cool.
Well, yeah, then they can Google pictures of toothbrushes.
Yeah, they don't have an app to brush your teeth yet.
My last text was, and now they live in Ravenna. It's the circle of life. Any one of these could be a fine epitaph. Okay, well, have a good day. There you go.
That's an okay one.
Mm-hmm. Alan, I love the live stream. It's more of a chance to see Bill's cold, murderous gaze.
Why I gotta be murderous?
Because that's kind of how I look.
You do?
I guess.
Cold, murderous.
This is my listening face. People are always like, they look so bored. What are we supposed to be like? Oh, tell me more.
Tell me more.
Yes,
Right.
I'm going to react to every single
Yep.
thing you say.
We have 4 hours to
Yeah.
fill up every day, so we have to conserve our energy.
It's not that we have to conserve our energy. It's just we can't. I don't know how I'm supposed to like emote to. You mean everybody in the world doesn't have a toothbrush?
We emote vocally, not
Right.
facially. That's
Exactly.
right. I could
We are
keep
radio performers.
I could keep my face stone cold still and still sound like this. And you think I was having a great time.
Everyone does it. I will be stone cold and then literally write LOL.
Right. But no one thinks that people are literally laughing out
Yeah.
loud.
But that's
when
what
we
it
text
means.
that. Right, but, no one assumes that that's...
So I said
Everyone's wiped their ass with that saying now. No one knows. No one thinks you're actually laughing out loud.
But there's people that actually do laugh out loud.
That's a cold ass.
Well, if you're actually laughing out loud, then you send the crying laughing emoji.
Literally LOLing.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be an LOL. Alan, it's Marshall. I'm your bureau chief in Butte, Montana.
Pronounced butt.
He called us. He's the one that heads up the satanic church up there, too.
Oh, right, yeah.
My last text was, hey, can you front me a $20 bag of weed until Friday?
That's a great
I would
headstone.
never... Now, I don't know what the law is in
Yeah,
Montana.
send that over a text message.
I was going to say, I mean, I would never text someone.
The block is hot.
The block is too hot
Yeah,
for that, Pound
feds
Cake.
are watching.
You're right.
I got a text from Pound Cake on Friday night that said, I work so I can do more coke.
Oh yeah, I was drunk and I was reciting the song.
I was
oh,
like,
yeah, you texted us about that.
yeah. But like, no, this isn't like early in the morning. This is at 11:30 at night on Friday.
Yeah, I was drunk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
said, "I
figured
hate
you were,
you."
but I didn't know if that was like, hey.
You didn't even
are you-
reply.
Well, because I was not drunk.
You
And I
coulda-
wasn't.
You could have replied though.
I probably should have, but
What would
I
have been
didn't.
an appropriate
I think I was in
response to
bed.
your text about the Kill the Noise song?
LOL.
I do coke so I can work longer, so I can earn more, so I can do more coke. I do coke so I can work longer, so I can earn more, so I can do more coke.
So you weren't doing coke, you were just having fun.
I was listening to the song.
He was drinking a rum and coke. And
Did you
that's
request
what-
it?
No, I put it on. I told Alexa, I'm like, Alexa, play I Do Coke. And she was like, playing I Do Coke.
She played it?
And
I hope someone's Alexa just started playing this song.
Uh-huh.
So I can do more coke. I do coke so I can work longer, so I can earn more, so I can do more coke.
I just like that the girl sounds hot.
Most
Sounds
uncomfortable.
hot and she's doing coke.
Most uncomfortable song to sing if you have like a professional job. Like you can't be a nurse and sing that song. You can't be like a
Sing
lawyer
it as a
and
show
sing that-
tune. Then you'll throw people off because it will sound jaunty. And
I
they'll
do
go,
coke.
I do coke. They'll go, you can't possibly be singing about cocaine. Cocaine! Just, do it in a different way.
I had to hum it.
That's almost worse. Now you just sound like a crazy
To be
person.
so
just
angry,
going,
yeah. Alan, my last text was, are you going to shave your balls for the kilt run? Put that on your tombstone.
Put a picture.
Yeah, what if it's just like an emoji?
That's a good one.
Just an eggplant with the squirt.
My last text was, I'm fine. My throat is just a little gross. By the way, I wasn't going to ask the question because I didn't want to belabor the point, but a lot of people are asking in the text, what the hell kind of survey did they do where they find out that there are more cell phones than toothbrushes? Who do they talk to? People that go, hey, there's all these studies.
They're just
and
doing the
facts
math of like
Really?
sales and
okay.
And there's entire countries where having a toothbrush isn't a thing.
Yeah, and they can tell like what service provider you have and what country you're in, because I mean certain countries don't have Verizon or AT&T or something like that. If you're in Ghana, you might have Ghana Bell or something like that.
Hello, Ghana Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So they
Ghana
can tell.
Bell.
Ghana Bell.
Because I know Cincinnati has like Cincinnati Bell. That's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A friend of mine visited there, and he got the worst stomach flu.
Ghana?
He had gonorrhea, Bill, the entire time that he was there because of something that he ate.
When I was in the Philippines, it was definitely a situation. Yeah. Those cricket.
Mm-hmm.
You stink!
They had, I mean, cell phones weren't everywhere yet, but definitely not a lot of toothbrushes being used there. People's teeth were terrible.
Yeah.
That was one of the things, like, when I would
They're eating
hook
too
up
many
with
bananas.
a girl. Yeah. Well, they were not always too expensive.
Some of them were quite affordable.
But they would be like the hottest girl you've ever seen, and then she'd smile, and you were just like, no!
Yeah.
Just, I mean, it's not even meth. Like, they'd just be missing teeth. Teeth would be black. Like, it was horrible.
It is crazy, even in the United States, even in a developed country. And I don't mean people have dew mouth or in West Virginia or something where there's extenuating circumstances.
Cheesy teeth bitches.
Just people walking around. There's a lot of people with jacked up teeth.
For sure.
Dental care is expensive.
Well, and it's got to be partly
but-
genetic too, right? Like I'm very proud of my teeth. I mean, I don't have the whatever, but I've always taken care of them, whatever. And I know there's that only you can only do so much of that. It's probably whatever you get from your parents. You know, the luck of the draw. But
some people are just soft tooth son of a bitches.
yeah, some people just have they
Very
have like
soft teeth,
baby teeth, or I don't know what that is.
Yeah, because sometimes their teeth are crooked, and then their parents can't afford braces.
But it's
So
not
then
just
it gets
being
even-
crooked. Like, they're just, because of their DNA or sometimes just diet, they don't have very strong teeth at all.
Yeah, that's my.
Like, that's my kids. My kids all have teeth like their mom, and their mom, she takes care of them. She
With what she
brushes
has,
them,
yeah.
but they just have, like, genetically bad teeth.
But there's things you could get, like you can get ceilings on them where I don't know, like
ceilings.
Like there's a thing you could
A
get
sealant.
A sealant.
Not like a drop ceiling, you mean?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Got a nice tin ceiling over them.
Yeah.
A sealant.
I gotcha. Okay.
And that blocks a lot of stuff. But
Is
a
that
lot
the
of
next iteration of a grill? Go from a grill to a ceiling?
Sweet gold ceiling, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You got all over your teeth.
They're expensive and people can't afford that. Not everyone.
It's going to be a giant solar storm tomorrow. You know, these are usually amount to nothing when they announce and they go, oh, there's a big flare that came off the sun and it's going to knock out cell phone communications. It's going to F with the satellites. But there's a big one coming tomorrow.
So no porn?
What time?
Well, I don't know if it says what time, but I do like the
Well, I like to know what time.
They'll show you the video of the sun, you know, belching off one of these flares. Okay, we're looking at, I mean...
Does it affect the entire world?
It looks like it's going to sweep across, like, the North Pole. There will be a visible aurora. Parts of Scotland, Michigan, Maine, the northern tier of the U.S., which I would imagine includes us.
Yeah, we're North Coast.
It's going to F up people's GPS systems, might screw with communication satellites, disrupt power grids. Oh, this is when it's all going to happen. And they're getting that huge nor'easter, you know, in New England, too. Imagine that's hammering you and the power grid goes down because of solar flares.
The sun is just a jerk. I mean, it does give us a lot of good stuff, but it doesn't need to be flaring up like this. There's got to be a way to stop that. There's got to be some sort of way to protect against that, right?
No. There's no way to protect against solar flares. We've depleted the environment. There's no way to deflect anything. So tomorrow...
Why are we fighting with each other when we should be fighting against Mother Nature? That's our enemy.
Oh, we've been fighting against Mother Nature for a long time.
Yeah.
We've paved over the forests.
But she still wins. She's
Yes,
still going to win no matter
always.
what.
That's right.
And one of the things we've been doing is trying to deplete her resources and make the place less inhabitable, and it's just making it stronger.
Yeah.
Like it's less. Mother Nature is more violent than ever.
You can't fight City Hall.
I think it's the movies that Mother Nature's been watching, the movies and the video games. It's making Mother Nature way more violent.
Mother Nature's playing a lot of Call of Duty and Fortnite.
It's not global warming. It is just, we're just getting more violent as a people and a planet.
And as a planet.
Yep.
Huh. Well, there might be something to be said for that. So tomorrow and into Thursday, we're going to see whatever effects. Now, again, a lot of times these things will happen, and they'll come and go with no appreciable effects. But one of these days, one day, we're going to see just how thin that barrier is between things chugging along as they are and total chaos.
How many days do you think it would take for people to go crazy?
Half a day.
Like a half a day without
Yes,
power?
A half a day.
If it's like every place on the planet, all the power was knocked out, half a day?
The entire planet?
Yeah, we'll say that.
Oh, I wouldn't even give it half a day.
Really?
Oh,
A few hours.
A matter of hours.
A matter of hours, it all falls apart.
Yeah,
Oh,
people will start having sex with each other. Like, well, you tell me.
I like
Just
that's
so we're
where
not
his
having
brain
power?
goes. I like his brain.
Yes, they
you
don't
do
think it's the end
realize
of the
you can have sex when there's power on too, right?
I understand
I'm
that.
talking about people looting and stealing.
They think it's the end of the
things.
world. The one thing people want more than anything is sex, and sex with hot people. So sex would just be everywhere. And they're like, okay, well, we can't have any babies. The world's
Yeah,
gonna
but there
end.
are far more ugly people than hot people, just in general. So where are you going out to find? In a matter of hours, you're going to go find a hot person and have sex with them?
Yep.
Because hot people want to have sex with other hot people. So they ain't coming to us. They're going to find their own.
Speak for yourself.
So we're going to... Sorry, Bill. So we're going to be relegated to the other ugly people.
So that's your whole plan. If there's... The power's out for a few hours.
I'm fornicating with as many people as I can.
But then what happens when it comes back on?
Why
Like, it's
is-
going to get fixed.
and
You don't
why
know
is-
that.
No, we don't know that.
that's the scenario, is that we're... Like, it's not end of the world situation. It's the power's out for a while.
But I think a global power outage would constitute end of the world conditions. I mean, these power grids,
apocalypse.
global power grids aren't all connected to each other. Okay, but you could just do that anytime. The power
You
would
do that anytime.
Right. So how many hours into a global blackout would you decide time to start fornicating? Given the fact that you can do that anytime you like.
It would be probably hour 4.
How are you going to find someone?
Hour 4.
Because the first...
He'd just be sitting there staring at his watch.
No.
90 minutes, 91
3,
minutes.
2, 1. Fornication!
Yep.
Hour 1 would be, sorry, Mom. Like, I would just be crying and trying to keep close to my family. Hour 2 would be raiding all the restaurants for snacks. Hour 3 would probably be trying to get my little last nap in to see how it feels. And then
Okay.
His little last nap. Wait, so with what? So you would wake up and spend the last hour of your life potentially groggy and trying to get sex?
Well, I think you're most horniest when you wake up from sex. I mean, when you wake up from a nap.
You're the horniest when you
Most
wake up from a
horniest.
nap? Most horniest when you wake up from a nap?
I think so.
So you wake up horny.
Yeah.
All right.
But like,
I mean, that happens to me plenty, but I
Sure,
don't,
you'll get
I
some
wouldn't say
wood when
most
you wake up,
horniest.
but
don't you? Okay, horniest. But don't you want to just see what it's like to wake up one last time before a big, fireball comes and wipes out the earth?
All right, so hour 4, you go out and try and find someone to fornicate with.
Yep.
Hour 5, the power's back on.
oh man, he didn't find anybody to fornicate with. That's a bummer.
And now you're going to jail.
Not only that, pound cake, but imagine with all the power out, you can't see between the fornicator and the fornicatee. You can't see what that other person really looks like. So you'll be like mid-stroke, and the power all comes back on, and you'll be like, oh no!
You never said it was nighttime. You just said
it's
it
a
would be
global blackout.
But I'm saying daylight is still like. Oh, you're talking about like the sun goes out too, or you just like the electricity?
No, the sun doesn't go out.
The sun caused it.
We'd all be killed if the sun went
Well, I'm
out.
saying
It's a massive solar flare that knocks out all the power.
Right.
And that means you can't drive a car either because the electricity won't work.
Right. The electromagnetic pulse
Yeah.
would knock everything out. And let's just say, even if it happened in the daytime, it's not going to be fixed by the time the sun goes down.
Okay.
So, yeah, nighttime will eventually come. And according to your timeline, hours 1, 2, 3, and 4, depending on when you lay it out, that 4th hour may happen after the sun goes down, which means you'll be fornicating in darkness.
You're still trying to find your way around.
You're not going to get a good look at that other person.
I'm going to let my penis lead me to where I need to go. It's like a compass.
It's like a divining rod. It's looking for water in the desert. All right. And has that served you in good stead up till now? Based on the anecdotes that you shared with us?
Knocking on wood, yes.
If you'll
wood?
pardon
There's no
the
wood
pun.
in there.
This is wood, I think.
Knock on Formica on press board.
He's got that old board in there, though, that's got the wood outlining.
Wood
so.
paneling.
Yeah.
Well, at least you've got it laid out. We might laugh, but he's got more of a plan than I do.
That's true.
All the kids that used to make fun of me in like grade school when I had those light-up Skechers, well, I'm going to put those Skechers to work.
Do you still have them?
They're in my closet somewhere, yeah. I don't wear them, but they're...
Yeah, they don't fit.
Yeah, they obviously don't fit, but I'm going to still use them. I'll put them on my hands and use them as like gloves so I can find flashlights, smack them together.
So you...
Yeah, but there's nothing electronic works. You need like
these are
candle or
battery
something.
operated.
No,
right?
I'm saying it's a total blackout. Like
so
everything,
light up Skechers didn't even work?
They won't even work. Not even your light up Skechers.
So just candles.
Right.
Just elemental forms of illumination. All right.
I'm going to make it work.
Well, candles will set the mood at least.
A scented candle would definitely set the mood.
And it would lead people to you, right?
Right.
Hey, I smell pumpkin pie and sandalwood over here. Who
Try
is
this
that?
candle?
Oh, it's pound cake.
Wow.
Candle? Pardon me, could you bend over and pick up my candle for me? And then he goes to work.
Here's his propofol, too.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, what's that propofol scented candle? What's the stuff that knocks you out in the movies? The God, what is it? I can't even think of what the they put it into
I know. I'm trying to think of it
into
too.
a handkerchief and it knocks you out. I'm thinking Novocaine, and that's not it.
Novocaine, you're just like mixed up my drugs. What is that called?
Oh, I can't remember. Somebody text me and tell me I'm having a complete brain fart on the stuff that knocks you out in the movies. They pour a little into a handkerchief and they put it over your face.
Just fall back.
Yep, they knock you propofol scented candle.
Hey, goodbye, Earth.
Alan, but how will you know it's a global power outage? Just play with us, will you?
Yeah, that's
have fun
the scenario.
With us. Right,
it's
have fun with us.
It's not a real scenario.
It's not proven.
We're setting the stage here.
Right. Alan, how can Pound Cake be a college graduate thinking that the sun can go out? It eventually will.
What are you talking about?
He's just way, way premature. Chloroform, thank you.
Chloroform,
Thank you. Everyone who has sent me the thank you. Chloroform. Hey, here's my chloroform scented candle. Let me light my ether candle over here, and then, yeah. And hey, it'll be the end of the world, so there won't be any Me Too problems that'll come your way.
This is a very last resort.
Wow.
See, I keep
He is
saying
just
it's just out for a little while, and it's all going to come back after a certain amount of hours. You guys are treating it totally end of the world when there's a chance of recovery.
Yes, but you don't know that when it goes out that it's going to.
I know, but
be for a couple hours.
I would be optimistic that it would all come back.
Why don't you think like that? You might not ever get the chance again.
So you're going to Cosby people in the last minutes of your time on Earth?
Society's not the thing keeping me from raping people. I just don't want to rape people.
Right. But we're going to see how thin that wall is. By the way, a disturbing number of people texted me chlorophyll. You need to go back to science class because you're not knocking people out with plants or the process by which plants
just
grow.
photosynthesis.
Yeah. Chlorophyll. Thank you. So somewhere out there's a guy trying to knock out a prospective date with a giant leaf. How come this isn't working?
Just fanning. What are you doing?
Nothing. I thought
knocking you out.
Fine time tonight. Oh, LL Cool J said it best. All right, I'm gonna have Warped Tour tickets for you coming back. The final go round, the last Vans Warped Tour after 25 years will hit Blossom on July the 18th. LiveNation.com's got the tickets if you want to look into buying them. We'll hand them off coming back. 35192 if you want to text. You can stream the show live today on the Alan Cox Show YouTube channel.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS and everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio.
John Crawford in the traffic center.
This report is brought to you by Pella Windows. 50% off installation and 12 months of no payments. Pella has the best windows to keep the cold air out and the warm air in. Visit PellaCleveland.com or any of the 6 showrooms in the area.
Now it's time to give stuff away. Time to give stuff away.
All right, the final go-round, the last hoorah for the Vans Warped Tour here in Cleveland. It's going to hit Blossom on Wednesday, July the 18th. It's part of the Northern Ohio Honda Dealers Concert Series. You got a lot of stalwarts from the Warped Tour. You got a lot of new bands who are going to introduce themselves to you. Real Big Fish, Bowling for Soup, Less Than Jake, Simple Plan. I imagine all these longtime bands, they want to be on the last tour. Water Parks, Knuckle Puck, 303, Motionless and White Issues, many, many, many more, obviously. You know Warped Tour. They don't skimp. LiveNation.com for all the info. You want a couple of tickets, July 18th out of Blossom. For you, be caller 14. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
I met Alan.
Did you?
I gave him marijuana.
Oh, great.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.
$35192. Want to shoot me a text? AlanCoxShow.com. For a whole bunch of stuff. You can get to our YouTube channel through there. We're live streaming at the Alan Cox Show YouTube page if you want to check that out. If you listen to the show from out of state on iHeartRadio, let me know where you are. I'll put you a pin on the map. You can be our bureau chief of said area. Brandon's brand new in Bedford, Michigan. Alyssa checks in from Youngstown. Billy is up in Buffalo. Lisa listens in Brownsville, Texas. Joe is in Shelby, North Carolina. Amy is in Tyrone, Georgia. Joy is in Forest Park, outside Chicago. Alana is in Dover, New Hampshire. Holly and Paul are in Phoenix. Let me find a weird one. Craig is in Wellington, New Zealand.
That's a weird one.
That's a weird one. And Steve is in Indian Land, South Carolina.
Indian Land?
2 words, Indian Land, South Carolina.
Very clever.
Yeah.
They're like, where are you guys at? I don't know. Indian Land?
There's a whole bunch of streets around here named after somebody. We're going to call it Indian Land. Our Indians play the Rangers today, I think. Was that today or yesterday?
I think they might still be playing them.
Playing them, okay. There's a whole bunch of preseason games, one of which will be here on MMS next week. I think we're doing an Alan Cox Show Power Hour next Thursday.
Ooh, I like those.
Where we'll be on for 60 minutes before
then we're out.
the Tribe game. Cavaliers in Phoenix tonight to play the Suns. That's a 10 o'clock West Coast game here on MMS. So your pre-game will start at 9:30. If you want to hear that on your FM home for Cleveland Cavaliers basketball.
Well, they got the Suns tonight and then the Blazers on Thursday.
Yeah.
The Blazers are playing real well right now.
Portland Trail Blazers.
Yeah, they got like a 10-game win streak going.
Oh, yeah?
So that's not going to be an easy game.
Okay.
The Suns are terrible. So
Suns are awful.
hopefully
Yep, bottom of the league.
We can win this game. But the way we've been playing, who knows?
Okay.
We make bad teams better.
All right. And they don't have Barkley or Steve Nash anymore.
No. Neither one.
Damn.
Not for a long time.
Speaking of Progressive Field and the Indians, by the way, congratulations to Momocho, a longtime staple there in Ohio City, my old neighborhood. We used to eat at Momocho at least once a week.
Oh, that's not a new player?
It is.
Momocho makes his way to the batter's box.
Javier Momocho from the Dominican Republic is an infielder who.
Yeah, I didn't know any
Utility infielder, Momocho.
No, Mohamed Mocho is new to Cleveland. Now, Momocho, they've got a stand there at Progressive Field in USA Today. Named their nachos the best stadium food in the country.
Wow.
Congratulations to Momocho. I don't know what version of the nachos you get at Progressive Field. I've had them at the spot in Ohio City. They do one of those margaritas with like the cayenne pepper around the rim or something.
I like those.
I will drink a pitcher of those.
See, that's good though, because it's really hard to get your money's worth with stadium food. Sometimes you get a little measly little hot dog that's like all split open, and then like you have like a dried out bun. So it's for them to be noticed for giving people like
Well,
what they want. And
that's stadium food. Stadium food now, they have to really bring it. Like, you're not getting a crappy meal.
They got to up it.
But I'm saying
they have plenty of spots in there that are bringing, like, I mean, that's why they do it the way they do it now, where they have Barrio and Momocho and
Well, do you think you
Melt.
get your money's worth, though? Because, I mean, you might pay, $6 or something like that for a hot dog. And it's a hot dog.
Well, that's why you go on Dollar Dog Night.
Okay, well, I didn't know that.
But, I mean, their hot dogs are good at Progressive Field. Some places I'm sure they're still not great.
I'm
but
just saying in general, like stadium food, whether it be,
But I think stadium food used to be bottom of the barrel. They're just like, yeah, we got you. We'll just give you whatever we have. We're not going to spend a lot of money on it. But now that ticket prices are so expensive, they want if they're going to charge you $6 for a hot dog, they're going to make sure it's a good hot dog.
Well, not only that, but you have to. It's like the movies. You don't make much money on the tickets. You got to have the nice concessions. If your ballpark or if your team stinks, you still got to get people out to the park.
Right.
So you have an amazing restaurant, or you have a beer garden, or you have you have
to make an
roller
event.
coaster for the kids. Right. You got to make it so that if the team stinks or the game sucks, you can go walk around and eat something. It's like a mall, basically, and you'll have fun. So the Momocho Nachos, the top #1 stadium food according to USA Today.
That's incredible.
The Fenway Park Lobster Roll, #2.
I love a lobster roll.
The PNC Park Permane Sandwich in Pittsburgh just squeaked in at #10. But, yeah. The Bacon Blitz Bread at Lambeau Field. The Shrimp Boil. See, that's what I'm talking about. Ooh. I understand, getting some good food, but at what point, it's like getting fajitas at the movies. At what point is it
hate that. Everyone else loves it.
At what point is it counterproductive? At least at a ballpark, you're outside. If the guy's next to me with the sizzling fajitas at the movies, I'm like, bro, come on, man.
But a shrimp boil, that's not an
I know
easy...
your seat goes all the way back now, but you are not objectively in your living room.
That's not really like a sit and watch a game kind
That's
of food.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
A shrimp boil.
Oh, I do love that.
You're
visual.
peeling shrimp as you're trying to
breaking crab legs, throwing their shells on the ground,
and the thing
squirting
on.
lemon in your seat partner's eye.
I love that visual in my head because you always complain about that, but I see nothing
you got a
wrong
bib
with
on.
that. I see nothing
You got
wrong.
the gloves on.
You're in the movie theater and someone brings in here's pretty soon they're gonna have waiters and that's the next.
Some of them already do.
That's what I'm saying because right now they have a bar, they have actual food at the concession stands. Now what they're gonna say? Oh, I don't want to go get up and miss the movie while I'm trying to get food. Okay, fine, we'll bring it to you. So pretty soon it's gonna be like, yes, sir. What can I get for you? Here's your hibachi, sir.
Well, or the ballpark, they'll bring the giant pot of boiling water to the end of your row, and they'll pull a lobster bag out of it and just hand it to you.
Yeah.
Some guy will just be walking around with a hot plate, and instead
Hot
of
plate,
beer,
hot plate.
oh, shrimp here, shrimp, you want no shrimp,
That's the next thing.
Shrimp here.
crawdads.
Yeah.
I would not be mad.
I don't think there's one around here, but there is a chain called Movie Co. And they build real big theaters. There's one out in suburban Chicago, and it's the upper floor is a restaurant overlooking the movie, so you can sit there at a table and eat food and watch The Dark Knight or whatever.
So you can see the movie, but how do you hear it?
You hear it because you hear it along with everybody else.
Okay, so it's not like separate.
No,
You're
it's just up higher where it's like an actual sit-down restaurant, and you're watching the movie.
That seems very distracting
for people who want that. But anyway, congrats to Momocho.
Yeah, I don't need that. I like going to the AMC, and sometimes I'll get the pretzel bites. Those are good. Like the soft pretzels and dip them in the cheese. Oh, they're so good.
I have literally, at the movies, never gotten anything other than popcorn.
Well, you need to live more. You need to live.
Yeah, you need to live.
I've never gotten a hot dog at the movies.
The nachos?
You go to Cinemark, get some gelato?
No. I've never gotten gelato. I've never gotten a lobster roll.
When I went to the movie theater in Myrtle Beach, it was like they have this big mall plaza there called Broadway at the Beach, and it's pretty much everything you could want in a tourist attraction. This chick walked in, I kid you not, she had like a 4-foot tall mound of cotton candy, and she walked into the movie theater with it. So the whole movie, you can see it gradually get smaller and smaller as the time went on. And
she gets bigger and bigger.
That was their snack. Like the whole family just shared that 4-foot tall cotton candy.
Well, there you go.
I don't envy the people who You ever been to the Alamo Draft House chain?
I have not.
Okay. I think they started in Austin. I went to one years ago. There's one in Kalamazoo, Michigan, near where my kids live. So we've gone a couple of times. And the Alamo Draft House is this place where they will kick you out if you're using your phone. They'll kick you out.
They'll
It's
just throw
like
you
part
out.
of their mission statement. Trouble is, they also serve food. It's full food and beverage. So in front of your seat is this rail, like a bar, and it has little golf pencils, and you write down what you want. And then they come, you put it in a clip, and they come by and they take it, and they bring your food back. So it's not on your lap. You got a place to set it. Except you can't see anything. So you're like trying to write down, and I'm like, can I use my phone for the light? They're like, no.
Nope.
I go, then how the hell? And then the waitress comes.
You got to wait
Okay,
for your
so
eyes
you
to
want-
adjust. You get there early, so your eyes will adjust to the dark, or they still have the house lights on, so you can make your order.
Well, they do that, but then if you want
Can you do-
something mid-movie, you're like, oh,
yeah,
can
but
I have
you don't.
Huh?
You're not going to want that.
No.
Because all you want is popcorn.
Yeah.
Do you have to use that to order popcorn?
Oh, yeah.
You
Because
do?
they bring the popcorn to you in like a metal bowl because it's got spices on it. You can't get a bag of popcorn.
Oh, that's weird.
You can't order anything at the counter when you get your tickets. All the food's in the theater. So I don't envy the
Then do you have to tip the server, too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Whole bit.
I don't know if I like that.
Like, I don't know how they don't drop things in the theater when they're giving you your food.
I'm sure they do at times.
I mean, you know.
The waiter drops something, you get a free movie.
Man. Yeah. Hey,
They're bumping into each other. That'd be so distracting. Like, the movie's
That's what
already
I'm saying.
distracting enough. So I'm with you to the point where I don't need the restaurant thing, but I like some options at the theater.
Hey, but what good is banning people for using their cell phones because it's not courteous when you're in a
When you have
restaurant
servers
watching
walking
a movie?
through,
yeah,
yeah.
right.
I think
It's like a comedy club where the check drop and you're
and
trying
then
to watch
everyone's
the guy.
just like, oh, we don't care about you anymore.
That's right.
How easy would it be if attached to the back of every seat is just like a tray, and you could just slide it down, and so you don't have to get up during the movie. The guy could just come by, set your stuff like, hey, 613, and slide it down there, and it goes right in front of your seat. Bomb.
You're like the Jetsons or something.
Yeah.
Or just a little robot comes and feeds you while you're laying down.
Or better yet, the concession stand is in like a portable vending machine behind each seat. So you can just press the little button, and the Skittles just pops out. And it's like 25
The
cents or something.
Skittles pop out.
Like whatever, yeah. So you eat as you go. And it's right in front of you the whole time. That's great marketing.
All right.
I'm patenting
If you
that.
say so.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always open to new experiences. I'll give it a shot.
Oh, no, I like it. I mean, I don't mind the experience that much. It's not that annoying. But more than anything else, I don't envy the servers who've got to walk into a darkened theater and hope they got your food right. And, oh, God.
That's why you give them a nice tip.
I know, I do. All right, let me try to get you $1,000 here. Bottom of every hour or thereabouts. Your $1,000 bribe means these keywords have a grand hooked onto them, so I hope you win. Good luck.
Your shot at $1,000. Now, text the keyword bank to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply. That's bank to 200-200. Good luck from WMMS.
I was reading an article about this old guy. Well, not old guy. He's 53. But he lives in Athens.
It's pretty old.
He lives in Athens. And he is... The headline is, Ohio man has no clue what's going on in the world. This guy has intentionally put himself on a media blackout where it's not only that he's not on social media.
So this headline could also say, happiest man in the world lives in Athens,
Yes,
Ohio.
He's in a bubble.
Oh, I want to get in that bubble.
He doesn't know anything about... Now, again, I don't know how you would stay completely ignorant of everything going on, but this guy is trying his goddamnedest. He calls it the blockade. The staff at the coffee shop that he frequents, they all know not to mention anything about current events. While he eats there, he listens to white noise on his headphones so he doesn't overhear any conversations. He does allow himself Cleveland Cavaliers games, though only on mute. He reads weather and real estate listings in the local paper, and he avoids other forms of media. He said
and he sleeps so well.
Right.
He sleeps like a baby at night.
He said, it's not like I wanted to steer away from Trump or shift the conversation. It was like I was a vampire and any photon of him would turn me to dust. He said he read the news for a long, long time, but he never did anything with it. He's a former Nike executive who retired to a farm in Athens a few years ago and decided, hey, I'm out here for a reason.
That would be
But
really
imagine
hard to do, though.
That would be real hard to do.
I mean, it's probably easier to do in Athens, and I don't understand listening to the white noise. Like, why not listen to some music? You can listen to music, right? Like, that's not...
Maybe he doesn't want to hear anybody singing in music about current events.
I would say music is a sign of the times.
Yeah, but if you could listen to music from 30
If
years
it's
ago...
classical music, yeah, Baroque music from the
Yeah.
1500s.
Or you listen to the stuff that you know already. Like, you know it's
Right.
not going to be current music. There's plenty out there.
So he doesn't know anything that's going on with the president or Stormy Daniels or anything else.
You can listen to this station, any of the music on it, and you're not going to know what's going on in the world.
Oh, my God, it's 2005.
Forever.
So he doesn't know that Trump wants to murder drug dealers or anything like that because he has no original thoughts of his own. He's just grabbing ideas from other world leaders. I assume Merck, Pfizer, and GlaxoSmithKline will all get stays of execution. But, you know, the smaller ones. So, should there be the death penalty for somebody who has continuously, you find out, pissed in your water bottle at work? Should that guy get some kind of judicial penal execution, some kind of punishment along those lines?
For pissing in your water bottle
Yeah,
again and again?
They find out that this guy repeatedly urinated in a coworker's water bottle after she turned him down for a date.
Well, he's a hater.
But why aren't you checking your water bottle for pee?
Well, she said she started to notice that it tasted weird. This is a guy.
But you're not
Wouldn't
noticing
look
it?
weird?
Like, yeah, wouldn't you, like, don't... I have a water bottle here. I clean it every day.
Right,
like, I make sure, like, if there's water that's from the day before, I dump it out, and I put fresh water in.
This is a guy and a woman who both work at a Perkins in Minneapolis. Come for the food, stay for the pee, I believe was their old...
Get a clear water bottle.
Yeah. The woman claimed that on 15 occasions, she noticed that the water bottle she keeps at work tasted like urine. I would think after 2 occasions, you'd go, something's hinky here. 15 occasions. She said it started after she rejected the advances of one of the dishwashers. And then they had to test it for DNA, and they found his DNA in it.
Man.
I'll tell you what, this water has tasted like pee on at least 15 occasions. They should put both of them in jail.
Then stop drinking it.
Yeah, quit drinking that water.
Get a clear water bottle. Get a cup. Come up with something else.
People are really desperate out here. You're that butthurt that you got turned down
That's
for
what
a date.
I was thinking, like, Christ on the cross,
There's
man.
more fish in
Move
the
on to
sea.
something else.
And do you really want to go out with someone that's not smart enough to figure out that someone's peeing in their water bottle?
Oof.
They get to 15 times, and then they're like, hey, something's hinky here. Something's going on.
Hey, CJ.
Hey, Al, how's it going, man?
What's up, dude?
I've been out of town for a while, so I haven't got to catch up on the show recently, but it's good to be back in the state, man, and hear you guys.
Welcome.
So 2 things. First of all, the punishment should fit the crime more often. You know, whoever does that for however long, 2 years, they should have to drink piss, in my opinion.
Okay.
Eye for an eye, pee for a pee.
Eye for an eye, man. P for a P. Secondly, the Alamo Draft House you guys were talking about, I was working down in Texas helping out with the hurricanes down there. I love that place.
Yeah.
Like, I must have had 8 Crown and Cokes watching it, you know. And the only problem with it is they're serving you drinks and you're constantly having to get up and piss. So it's no more inconvenient having other people get their food and drinks than it is for somebody getting up to go to the bathroom.
Well, yeah, but you got to regulate yourself. You got to know how much you can drink before you got to get up.
Break the seal.
Yeah, I probably should have stopped at like 3 instead of 8 because I was probably getting on the people's nerves around me. But
8 Crown and Cokes.
I think they might have been doubles too. I don't know. It got a little hazy towards the end.
Right. All right, thank you, CJ.
I know that my piss is stronger than yours.
Welcome back, buddy. Thank you. All right, I got a break. I'm going to have win your way into our St. Pat's thing on Saturday down on West 6th. We'll do that shortly. Us, along with some of the RMG crew, we're going to be down there. The 5K, the kilt run, all that, and then we're going to do some drinking. after 10 a.m. So we'll hook you up there. Also, piston-powered Auto-Rama tickets later on if you want to check that out. And Avenged Sevenfold is on the road with Prophets of Rage all summer, so we'll get you into that show too. 35192, you want to text. You can live stream the show today on YouTube via AlanCoxShow.com.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app.
Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Alan for Integrated Medical Solutions. I was just out there up, and it's a specialized line of work, but it's people who work there who are very proud of what they do. They are a renowned leader in highly engineered precision machined orthopedic devices. They're out there in Menor. A great facility, by the way. The people I talked to who are working there, handful of fans of the show, which was nice, good to see them, but also, they're all happy because they're proud of the work they do, and they're making a good living at it too. Medical instrumentation, orthopedic assemblies. If you're a CNC machine operator, you're going to be working on really, really new CNC equipment, and they're looking for you, by the way. The company is constantly growing. They're looking for people who can do these specialized jobs. You should look into it for yourself. If you want a job you can be proud of, that's more than just a job. Go to integratedmedicalsolutions.net.
Woo, are you kidding me? It's Mike. Bye.
Canal Traffic Center, sepsis and opioid mouth spray may cause death or addiction. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. Heavy traffic in a couple of spots, 71 south between 480 and Bagley, 480 westbound between West 130th and 71. And you still have a few accidents working. Brainerd Road at 271, Lander Road at Harvard Road, and 71 south at West 14th. You're slow from the Innerbelt Bridge. I'm John Crawford in the Traffic Center.
This report is brought to you by Pella Windows. 50% off installation and 12 months of no payments. Pella has the best windows to keep the cold air out and the warm air in. Visit PellaCleveland.com or any of the 6 showrooms in the area.
From the Final Touch Construction Studios, this is the 50th anniversary of WMMS Buzzard Radio, an iHeart radio station. And this is the Alan Cox Show.
Cuando te pega fuerte más profundo es el beat, sí. Sigo bailando y escribiendo mis letras.
216-578-1007 in here, or 800-348-1007. You can text me whatever you like, 35192. Live stream the show today at the Alan Cox Show YouTube channel, which you can get to through AlanCoxShow.com. And, of course, you can listen live at the show site, too, via iHeartRadio.
For now.
For now. Round 520, actor-comedian Paul Reiser on the phone. I'm excited to catch up with him. He's always got numerous irons in the fire. But he's doing a stand-up tour, and it'll get him to the Hard Rock Roxino a week from Saturday. March 24th is that show. The info for you at my Twitter, at Alan Cox Show. And Dr. Ryan Berglund back in here this Friday for our next installment of Is It Red? So if you're new to the show, he's a surgical urologist from the Cleveland Clinic, and he knows whence he speaks. He's a Harvard man, a Columbia man, comes in every so often to give of his time and his expertise for you guys who've got odd or weird things going on down there. Maybe you got some strange recently, and it left you feeling strange. Sometimes moms will call in. You know, they'll have a question for him on the topic of circumcision. A guy will call in. Why does that make you laugh?
Nothing. I remember we had one call. This mom called in, and she was like, I don't understand why you guys are all so against, like, foreskin. They're like, none of my kids are circumcised. And I was like, you're a bad mom. I was like, why would you do that?
Well, people feel very strongly about that, but as he said in the past, there are distinct medical reasons for circumcision. It severely cuts, if you'll pardon the pun, it severely severely reduces the incidence of penile cancer.
I just don't understand that, though, just because, I mean, that is your natural way. That was the way you were born.
And a lot of people must have died from penile cancer before they started nipping the tip.
Because it just, I mean, why would something that you're born with hurt you in the long run?
I'm glad that my parents did that for me.
Well, I'm glad too.
Thank you, Mom and Dad, because I would have been displeased otherwise.
You really would have had to deal with some
because you
lack
gotta
of
clean it. And, no. It just you know, everybody goes, oh, it feels great. I'm sure it does. But when he's in here and talks about incidence of penile cancer, that's actual factual data. That
I'm going to trust that dude.
I am too. So anyway, he'll be here on Friday in the 5 o'clock hour. You get him for about an hour before we're out of here. And so if you have questions for him, you can always email them to me in advance. Otherwise, we'll take your texts and your calls live on Friday.
Is it acceptable to pregame for St. Patrick's Day
on
the
Friday?
show Friday?
12 hours in advance?
Oh, people will be pre-gaming the night, but they're going to be going out Friday night, and they'll probably stay up.
Right, but not if they're going to do a 5K in the morning.
Well, I just want to be a little inebriated, just so I can.
How are you going to get home?
I'll Uber.
You'll Uber home from here, and then have to Uber to...
I'm Ubering downtown. I'm not going to park downtown. It's going to be...
Why would you Uber from here?
Because he wants to get drunk on my show on Friday.
After the show.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'm going to Uber anyway, so I have to go get my car at some point. I'm not Ubering, or I'm not driving downtown on St. Patrick's Day.
Just a lot of Ubers for someone that's so broke.
Well,
Not Uber X, Bill. Just Uber. Plain old Uber.
It is literally like $5 to get from my house to downtown. That I can afford.
It all
that.
adds up. It all adds up.
I was looking at my bank statements the other day. Of course, I get a mail to my house, and it's just like you pull it out, and it's like Uber Eats, like Chipotle. I'm like, I need to have a change of lifestyle.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the point of reckoning. Like I need
reckoning.
I need to stop this.
Alan, please remind Pound Cake that you're born with an appendix, but that will still kill you in some cases. Yeah, it's a vestigial appendage, right, that you don't necessarily need, which is why some people have it taken out.
Most parts of your body will give out at some point.
Yes, but foreskin is literally just to cover. It's supposed to help. Like it's
but it holds in all that sin. That's why you got to cut it off.
That's right.
Like it's supposed to stop all the bacteria, and it's supposed to be like a guard to all the things.
Well, it was until, and then we evolved, and now we like not evolved as humans, but evolved in our sanitation. So now we can keep it clean without having to have a little hood on it.
I just think it just ruins everything for me. Every time I think of like a hot soccer boy overseas, I'm just like, oh, I know he has the
Cristiano
turtleneck.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, I was like, I know he does.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, they wouldn't give you a second look. So,
That's not true. Tom Daly would
They
give me a
got
second
Tyne Daly from Cagney and Lacey? Oh, I think she's 80 years old.
Tom Daly.
I don't know who that is.
The diver.
Okay.
I believe you.
He's an Olympian.
That is a person. Huh?
He's an Olympian. He's an Olympic diver. And he's English. And
I believe you.
His nudes leaked because I got the notification and I looked at it and it just ruined everything for me.
His nudes leaked. Yeah, they had
an anteater.
Yeah.
You think you want to snip that off if you're a diver because it's going to add more of a splash.
More drag.
Yeah.
Yeah, your coefficient goes up.
Mm-hmm.
Did they have an underwater camera and his Speedos came off? Is that how his photos leaked?
No, he was sexting someone. And I was like, at least pull it back, man. Pull it back. Why would you leave it like that?
Or spread it like a Komodo dragon when it gets really angry?
No, it's like a...
it's hissing at me.
A king cobra. Like...
Yeah. Now it's spitting. What's going on? Oh, no.
Now I understand why Indiana Jones is afraid of snakes.
That's right. It's always snakes. If you want to join us on Saturday, pregame or not, for the big St. Pat's 5K kilt run and day drink with us, the discount code to get $10 off your registration is WMMS10, whether you want to do the 5K or the kilt run or both. It goes through this Friday at 5 o'clock, so you go to WMMS.com if you want to register yourself to join us. This is a discount code for MMS listeners, so WMMS10, and then I will... give away another couple of passes around 5:20 this afternoon. The first annual Cleveland St. Patty's Day run. Something new they're doing down on West 6th. There'll be a lot of fun with us and some of the RMG crew. Brought to you by Coors Light, Hermes Cleveland, and the West 6th Street District. I would say, and after the run, we'll be posted up at Dive Bar around 10 o'clock, and that's when the drinking will commence. And then we'll bounce around West 6th. But we'll keep you apprised of where we're going to be.
I mean, if we're just walking and we're not running, I might have a little flask with me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, why not?
A little hot toddy?
Yeah.
Warm you up?
Something
all right.
to get us through it.
I saw JR in the hallway the other day, and I was asking him, because I'm like...
One of our sales guys.
Since it's a block party, and all of West 6 is pretty much going to be like this free-for-all, why don't they just block off West 6 and just have us drink in the streets like Mardi Gras?
And he said?
He said he didn't know.
Okay.
But I just don't understand why they don't. I mean, if the whole street, it's one day out of the year, and I remember...
Well, Cleveland's not big on street festivals, I've noticed. I
They've
mean,
had a few. I mean, they do sometimes.
Maybe
but
they
yeah.
do some in neighborhoods, but I've noticed that they're not real big on that here. I didn't know if it was because of zoning or laws or what that was.
Well, last year when we did Pride in the CLE, Public Square, there was one section that was all blocked off, and you could not go past a certain point.
And that's where you had to drink.
You had to drink. You had to stand in that like blocked off space to drink outside.
What was that big thing that they had? They had like a block party over the summer with like DJs and stuff like that. That was on West 6th, and that was you could drink outside.
Oh, that was something I don't know. But EV was there. Is that what you're referring to? Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
Did you ever think that somebody in a nefarious capacity with city council or the local legislature just wanted to put all the gays in a pen downtown? Did you ever think about that?
Ooh, perhaps.
Are you sure?
But it was
think
just for
about
drinking, and there's a lot of gays there that weren't
just
drinking.
for drinking.
If you can kiss me and not get aroused, that means you're not gay. You call that a kiss, you big queen? How about some tongue?
Hey, Matty.
Hey.
What's going on, Matt?
Not much. Just driving home.
All right.
So, yeah, about the whole foreskin thing. So we wear pants now, so I guess my assumption on the whole thing would be we had a foreskin when we didn't wear pants to keep us from getting our parts scratched up. So now that we wear pants, I don't think we really need it.
Well, speak for yourself, Matty. I don't always wear pants. I'm glad I don't have one.
Okay, well, when I'm in my house, I don't have to worry about, branches breaking across my junk.
Well, that's where you and I part company, Matty, because part-time I live in a forest.
Okay,
and it can be quite inconvenient.
I go camping, and I usually wear pants when I'm walking through the woods. So
especially because when you're camping, you don't want to zip yourself up in the tent.
Oh.
That's true.
Franken beans.
Yeah. How'd you get the beans above the Frank? Oh, no. All right, thank you, Matty. That's a good point. Before everybody was wearing pants, but how do you account for loincloths?
Well, those were probably full of bacteria, too.
Right, people were wearing saber-tooth pelts or something, right?
That's the smegma. It's just so gross. Like, I would like to think that if I had my dream guy in front of me, he was perfect in every single way, and he just happened to have an anteater.
So that's a deal breaker for you.
I would like to think that I would look over it. Like, I like to think that I would just, run with it, and I'm like,
but if you don't like
shallow.
that, you might not be able to honestly look past it because you're going to be dealing with that a lot.
I know.
It's not like they have a weird eye or,
Yeah.
But I think that's incredibly shallow. They're a good-looking man. They're faithful, honest, a good provider. Like, there's other things that go into account. And I'm going to ditch him because he has a little extra skin down there. How much of a dick would I be?
How much of a
little
dick
bit
would
less
he...
than him.
A little extra skin.
Yeah. I like to think...
You're being pretty diplomatic.
I like to think that I could overlook it, but I don't think I could. I don't think I could. It would be staring me in my face every single day. That little one-eyed. I don't think I could do it.
I wonder if somebody who's still rocking the foreskin is in a better shape on one of those Naked and Afraid shows. Where they drop...
because they're protected?
Well, they're protected, but at the same time, like Dr. Berglund says, the reason a penile cancer thing is that you got to be really diligent with the cleanliness.
Cleaning it out, yeah.
So I wonder if it will work for you or against you.
I mean, I've dealt
in
with it
one
before.
of those Naked and Afraid shows where they have to build a hut out of sticks to live.
I've only watched that show like once or twice, and it just...
I love that show.
I can't watch the bugs. The bugs make me
bugs are
crazy.
Gross.
Like, that's... I wouldn't be able to do it just because of all the bugs
Especially
that you have to deal
women
with.
who have to worry about, like, internal stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I don't know how... I got back because some of those contestants...
And a mayfly laid an egg in my junk.
Oh, God.
Up in my little cavern, yeah.
In your little cavern.
Little cavern.
Oh, no.
But do you even make money off of that show? Like a little bit, right?
Oh, I'm sure they pay you to do it.
Yeah, but you're not getting rich off of it.
No.
No.
But those, I think, people who are nobody goes into that cold because you have to pass a battery of tests. I mean, so you have to be somebody who's in good shape, and you might be like a borderline survivalist type person anyway. They don't want to throw some housewife in who doesn't know anything about, I don't think I would do very well on one of those shows.
Are they going to eventually run out of places to do it where it's in the wilderness and just be like Naked and Afraid and put you in like the inner city, like south side of Chicago?
But then they'd call it Afraid and Naked. It would just Naked would be secondary.
Naked in the hood.
I'm terrified. Right.
With the hood.
The hood in the hood for the guy who's uncircumcised. Cavs game tonight. They are in Phoenix to play the Suns, by the way, at 10 o'clock. You'll hear the coverage starting at 9:30 here on MMS. Much was being made out of a very brief clip of Jack Nicholson showing his ticket to an usher at a Laker game.
I was watching that. That was funny.
I thought they were kind of making something out of nothing, but I don't know. They were like, the take on it was, oh my God, the millennial ushers, they need to tell them that Jack Nicholson doesn't need to show his ticket. Don't they know who he is? It looked like Jack just reflexively flashed his ticket.
Yeah. I think he just... I don't think he's got that big of an ego where he's afraid to show his ticket.
He's been courtside for decades.
Yeah.
I didn't take it as some big thing. But
I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny that how they were commenting on it. Because, I mean, if you know anything about the Lakers, you know Jack Nicholson goes to all the games.
Right.
He's like
He's at every
always
single
there.
one.
Yeah.
He's like Spike Lee for the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so the people who were
calling the game
thought that it was hilarious or awful that Jack Nicholson had to show his ticket. But they were, you know,
it is hilarious that he had to show it, but it's also hilarious that like you have to feel kind of like an ass if you're that usher, where you're the person that asked to see his ticket.
He's doing his job, man.
I know, but he's been
But
at
it's
every
LA.
game for 30 years.
They see stars every day.
I guarantee you, who the Andy Frayne Ushers or whoever runs that organization would be like, okay, now a couple of people you don't have to ask them for their ticket. Jack Nicholson is a season ticket holder for 40 years.
Kobe.
Don't have to ask that guy for his ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Sudeikis, who they had flashed.
See, he's not that known yet. Like he's not Jack Nicholson. Like that's the one.
Right, but he was the guy that they showed on the screen before Nicholson, and he's just standing there chatting away.
Mm-hmm.
And then they show Nicholson. Oh my God! Did he show his ticket? What's going on around here?
He didn't have to show his ticket right there. It looked like he was showing that usher his ticket.
You think so?
I can't believe he has a ticket.
You should mention the word ticket more often.
Oh my
I
God.
can't believe he has a ticket. Well, yeah,
people
they
are
mail you a ticket.
Yeah, you gotta have a ticket.
See, it only takes one time for him to not show Jack Nicholson his ticket, or for
To
Jack
get busted?
Yeah, and then they were like, "Oh, well, that man wasn't doing his job. You should have known that Jack Nicholson ended his membership with this." And not, like, how is it you can't win?
Ended his membership.
Yeah, he ended his membership, and why he's taking the seat from someone else who is more deserving of that seat.
Hey, I remember when Larry David tripped Shaq. Oh, that was a whole big thing. That was awful. Didn't mean to do it, but there he was courtside. It all happened.
I mean, as long as it's not the old Clippers owner.
Donald Sterling?
It's like, hey, make sure, Jack, he can come to all the games you want, but don't bring the black people with you.
Jack is 80 years old. He is one of the, he's been in over 67 films. He's one of only two actors. Jack Nicholson and Michael Caine are the only two guys to be nominated for Oscars for acting in every decade, from 1960 to the 2000s.
It's impressive.
Every decade they get nominated for something. Now, I don't think Nicholson's been in a movie in a long time. Like 6-7 years, I don't think he's done a movie.
Was it like The Departed, I think, and then maybe one or two after that?
Yeah, he was doing rom-coms. I was channel surfing over the weekend, and they had the one with Keanu Reeves. What was it called?
I know he did Anger Management, but that was
with it was
almost
called
20 years ago.
Something's Gotta Give.
Oh, okay.
And it's Nicholson, but he's banging Amanda Peet.
Yes.
Because, of course.
Right. Why wouldn't that happen?
And her mom is Diane Keaton, who's a famous author, and they run into each other, and she thinks he's a lout and all this. And then Keanu is a young doctor who she starts dating, but of course Diane Keaton and Nicholson got to find each other because it's more age appropriate and blah blah. He'll only find real love with.
Diane Keaton.
He did a handful of those, but I don't know. I
think he
couldn't
did the
tell you the
Bucket
last
List.
movie.
Well, that was one.
Oh God.
How long
With
ago was
Morgan
that?
Freeman?
Yeah, I think he did like a couple of those like old guys having a good time movies,
like Old Dogs or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever those movies are called. Yeah, but I don't think he's done a movie in quite a while. See, I think I would love for them to bring him back as the Joker. Bring him back, like if they did Batman Dark Knight Returns, where Batman's an older guy.
Have Keaton and.
Well, I know they're trying.
I think both of them would be great.
They're trying to make Affleck look like he's 55 or whatever in these movies. They should have Nicholson come back as an older Joker and just reprise the role. Yeah, Michael Keaton's Batman.
80-year-old Joker. Alzheimer's Joker.
Right. Why so serious? Am I? I can't remember. I don't know where I am. How Do You Know was the last Nicholson film, and that was 2010.
Wow.
How Do You Know? And it was another rom-com with Paul Rudd and Reese Witherspoon. So it was a bomb.
How do you know? How do you know that was the last movie he was in?
Because I'm looking at Wikipedia. It grossed $49 million against a $100 million budget. So
Why
that's
did it have a $100 million budget
I don't
to do a
know.
rom-com?
Don't know. Why do you need that much money?
For a rom-com. It's not like they had special effects.
Was they had to pay Nicholson, Paul Rudd, who was not getting Ant-Man money then.
No.
In that 2010.
I mean, he was a star, but he wasn't.
Owen Wilson was in it, too. He was probably the bigger star than Paul Rudd back then. All right, listen, I got a break. We're going to talk to comedian actor Paul Reiser on the phone shortly, see what's up with him. I'm a big fan. He's coming through to do the Roxino on the 24th of March. You can get the info on that show at my Twitter, at Alan Cox Show. You can watch the show live stream today at the Alan Cox Show YouTube channel. And I will have passes for you to join us on Saturday for St. Patrick's Day down on West 6th, the Cleveland St. Patty's Day 5K and kilt run. And then we're all going to hang out with the RMG crew and do some drinking that day. So if you'd like to join us, we'll hook that up coming back. 35192 to text.
Spring into action now for huge savings from Window Nation. Get 2 free windows for every 2 you buy for as many as you need or want. Plus 0% financing for 18 months. Call Window Nation now, 866-90-NATION, or go to windownation.com.
All right, want to join us on Saturday downtown for the inaugural Cleveland St. Patrick's Day run. It's a combined 5K and kilt run. You can do one, you can do both, but it's going to go downtown, and then we're going to do some day drinking. So it's going to be us along with some of the RMG crew. It's all brought to you by Coors Light, Hermes Cleveland, and the West 6th Street District. Registration is open if you want to go to clevelandstpatricksdayrun.com. All the info is there. You can win your way in here. You and a pal, a co-runner, a co-drinker, however you see fit. Good luck. Caller 13, that's you, 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Voice call received.
Put this on the air, dumbass. You think you know it all? You're just nothing but a piece of shit. Talk about dumb shit that you don't have a clue about.
Another satisfied customer of the Alan Cox Show.
Just shut up and play the fucking music.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Thank you, sir. Want to text 35192, AlanCoxShow.com. You can listen live there. The live stream of the show at the Alan Cox Show YouTube channel. Comedian Paul Reiser is going to be at the Hard Rock Roxino out at Northfield Park a week from Saturday, the 24th. Of course, he's best known as Ivan Turbell on Remington Steel.
Wow. That one must have hurt, pulling it that far out of your ass. Wow.
I'll tell you what, the base of my spine is still a little bit...
That must have been painful to dislodge that.
It's a little bit chafed, I don't mind telling you.
He's got almost no feeling back there.
Yes, Remington Steel. That was, I think, my first television thing ever. 1982, maybe?
1982. Now, was that before or after Diner?
That would have been after Diner, I think.
So they see Diner, an accidentally huge movie, and they go, that guy's going to be perfect to operate across from Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan said, you know what I need? A guy who's never acted before in a bathrobe, and then stick him in a show.
You know, it's funny because I do forget about Diner because it'll show up on cable every so often, which is embarrassing to say because every single person in that movie went on to become acclaimed and huge and whatever.
It was it was a very kind of bellwether kind of movie in many ways. They cast it really cleverly, and it was ahead of its time in just the flavor. You know, people had not done that kind of film where there's no real story. It's just characters, but people relate to it. People do a lot of people, especially guys who of a certain age, who like that's sort of the movie for them.
And I guess I'm also curious as to the timeline too, to get a little bit of inside baseball. Because how long had you just kind of started doing clubs? Were you trying to act and do stand up to see which hit, or where was that in the timeline for you?
When Diner came around?
Yeah.
You know, all I ever was aiming to be was a stand-up.
Okay.
Which is kind of ironic because, and then Diner was literally I got as an accident. I think all of us, we would go and do our shows and we'd go into the clubs, and it was often the case that somebody was coming in to cast, and they were looking for fresh faces for a show or a movie, and it just so happened that they were looking for somebody for Diner, but I didn't know that. They didn't see me. But a friend of mine went in for an audition, and I happened to be tagging along with him, and the casting director said, all right, why don't you come in next? I said, no. And I actually tried to bow out. I said, no, I'm not here. I'm waiting for my pal.
Right.
And so that just sort of happened, and that sort of begat the other thing. So I was always doing stand-up for a while until, like, 92, when Mad About You got started, and I just got kind of busy and kept saying I'm going to get back to it. I got to get back on the road, and I just didn't. And then when the show was over in '99, I was really happy, and I had to like be home for a while and just chill. And I had I had two sons, but I had a brand new baby at the time, and so I always I always kind of wanted to get back to the stand-up, and it wasn't until about 4 or 5 years ago that I just suddenly said, just get out there, just do it, as they say on the Nike shirt.
Yeah, because
so it's always been my first love. But it's so funny when I started going out again. People say, "Oh, I didn't know that you did stand-up too." I went, "Oh no, that's really all I do." The acting stuff was sort of an accident, but it's great fun, and it is always my first love.
Did that bum you out a bit when people were like, "Oh, I didn't realize," because obviously
it's kind of funny to me because well, of course you wouldn't. I hadn't been out there in 10 years.
Yeah, okay.
Years. So why would you know that? And and after Mad About You, there was so many more people who knew me, but they knew me from that show. And in that time, I had never done it, so it's just kind of funny to me. It's like. It's sort of like my kids go, "Oh, Dad, I didn't know you used to not have gray hair." Yeah,
right.
You should have gotten here early. It was all happening.
So when Diner hits that early for you, is there any part of you that's like, "Man, I'm never coming back down from this"?
No. It was a really cool thing. The fun thing about stand-up, one of the pluses for us who do it, that if we ever got an acting job, that was really a great piece of like icing on the cake.
Sure.
And then you go back and you do your job. So I never ever felt like an out of work actor. I just felt like a comedian who once in a while got something fun to do on top of it. And so Dinah was great, and but I was never one of these guys who wanted to. There were people who just did comedy so they would get quote discovered.
Yeah, right.
And that was never me. I just loved stand-up. I loved, I grew up, idolizing comics. I didn't idolize actors.
And it was also kind of for comedians, that was also kind of the demarcation between going to L.A. and working in New York, is if you wanted to try to get a showcase and get a sitcom, or if you wanted to be a good comic.
Well, maybe. There are certainly a lot of great comics who went to L.A., but most people did migrate west because there was more opportunity to do, to do the other stuff, or even if you just wanted to be on the Tonight Show. I think it kind of happened in '72 mostly when Johnny Carson moved the Tonight Show out to Burbank. Which, by the way, if you have Hulu, I would urge you to go watch this show I did called There's Johnny, which is on Hulu. And this was a labor of love that I've been working on for years, and we just made it last year. And I'm not in it, but I created it and produced it, and it's about being backstage at the Tonight Show. It's about this kid who gets a job sort of as a gopher at the 1972 Tonight Show. And we did it with the Carson Company, so we have their clips interspersed into the show. So for me, that was really a heady trip because I was going back and seeing clips of, George Carlin and Steve Martin early that I hadn't seen since I'm 15. And like, oh wow, I really remember that time as being very formative. Those are the years that I don't think I actually said, darn it, I'm going to be a comedian. But
sure.
It was happening.
I remember we talk about so much because there's more TV now than anyone can consume with all the platforms or whatever. And sometimes we'll get on shows that we like that we're not sure people are watching. And I mentioned There's Johnny a while ago. I said, I hope people are watching this because it is really funny. And it's so not just funny, but I really do like the construct of interspersing the actual archival footage into the show.
Oh, cool, man! Thank you. It was not heavily promoted by the Hulu people, and
that's a diplomatic way to put it.
Yeah. I'm being very nice.
Right.
But it was. I'm very pleased that the people who discovered it and found it really enjoyed it because it is really different than any other type of show, and for people who are 20. Who don't know anything about Johnny Carson, which is understandable. But I always tell people it's not about Johnny Carson. You don't have to know a thing. You don't have to remember it because it's really the leads. It's about these two 20-something-year-olds and them sort of discovering their path in their life. And we have these great actors. Tony Danza is in it.
Yeah.
This great actor.
He's kind of the Freddie DeCordova, isn't he?
Yeah, he plays Freddie, and he's the only real character playing a real person. And Jane Levy, who's this phenomenal actress who plays the lead woman, and a terrific guy named Ian Nelson. There's all these really terrific people, and I'm quite proud of it and glad that you watched it.
Yeah, I did. I like it. Paul Reiser is at the Roxino on March the 24th. You can get the information to get tickets for that online. When you kind of joke that your kids are like, oh, I didn't know there was a time you didn't have gray hair, I imagine there's probably a whole new generation of people who are now familiar with you because of Stranger Things.
Yes.
which they essentially had you in mind for that.
That's what they tell me.
Yeah.
That was kind of blew my mind. And I had heard about it like the day after it opened, the day after it dropped, and my son had watched in the first 10 hours, had watched for all 8 hours, and he said, "Oh, you got to check this out." And so luckily he mentioned it. So the next day when the Duffer Brothers called, I said, "Oh yeah, I'm quite familiar with the show. Yes, I am." I had just heard about it a minute before,
right.
but I had to hurry up and watch a couple of episodes before I met with him. And it's one of those things that you look at it and you just go, "This is good. These guys know what they're doing," And it was the easiest decision.
I was going to say, after the phenomenon that season 1 literally was, I can't imagine there was any reticence on your part to be in season 2.
It was like, just tell me where to show up.
Yeah.
And I didn't know much. They gave me the vague outline of what the guy was going to be, but they never told me, is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? So they kept that a secret from me.
Well, it was kind of hard to tell for a bit going through that season.
Yeah. Well, people still have, in real life, people don't really still know about me.
Right.
The jury's out.
But it's got to be interesting, though, if two guys, Duffer Brothers, come to you and go, "We wrote this exactly for you." It's got to be interesting, and you've, I imagine, had it more than once, where somebody envisions you in a role that you have that would be completely against type for you. Like you wouldn't have envisioned yourself in that.
Well, it's funny because I was curious. I was surprised. They're 32. I said, "Well, what do you guys know? How do you know me?"
Yeah.
And I assumed because of the feel of Stranger Things, I assumed they were big sci-fi fans and aliens, and which they were. But they said actually our introduction was Diner, that their father got them into Diner when they were kids, so they knew me from before that, from before Aliens, and it was interesting because I think what they were going for is a little bit of bringing the baggage from Aliens, and you think it's a little bit of a mislead, but they wanted a guy that you could trust, which was so funny because the apparently when I got the job in Aliens, Jim Cameron said, "We just wanted to get somebody that nobody would suspect would be a bad guy."
Right.
Which lasted about 12 seconds. It's like watching Star Trek and go, "Oh, that new guy's going to be dead." I'll tell you that.
The guy in the red shirt. Yeah, he's
he
going away.
Back.
Yeah.
So it suddenly, in the first 2 minutes of the film, people go, "Bad guy, that guy's no good."
Right. They wanted a fresh-faced ingenue, and they got you.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Well, listen, I like the fact that there are Paul Reiser signposts for me along the way that I can. There's another show I hope people have seen called Red Oaks that Paul's in. I think it was on Amazon.
Yes.
You were the dad in Whiplash, which just these little things.
You are up to date on all things.
Well, I'm a fan. I mean, I've liked you since the Comic Relief day. Last time you were in this room, I stumped you with a Comic Relief clip.
What was? Oh God.
From 1985 or what And there was a show on FX called Married that I liked a lot that only lasted a couple of seasons. And so I know people hit you up Mad About You reboot, but
I like that you are well versed in things that I had forgotten about.
See, I'm here to remind you, Paul. Yeah.
God bless you, young man.
Yeah, but the Mad About You stuff, it seems like I think all the parties involved have been appropriately vague, but it almost seems like a bubble that you don't want to disturb.
About going back to it, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been on the fence about it, and I always thought I would never want to go do it. I was very set about and we specifically ended it in a way that we told the future a little bit, so we won't attempt it. And then I don't know. Then we started seeing all these other shows come back, and I go, "Oh." And Helen Hunt and I had lunch, and we said, "I don't know. What do you think of all these things?" I said, "I don't know. Maybe."
Right.
And then we just dipped our toe in the water, and then somebody went and announced that they're talking about it. I said, "Oh, we're not talking about it. We just had lunch."
TMZ saw you at the Palm, and you're off to the races. Yep.
And but we have exactly that concern. It's we ended it and we did everything we wanted to do. Why tamper with it? And then when we talked about it, we thought, well, there is a way to do it, possibly. So we'll see. We may do it.
You're still creative people. You can come up with a way to.
Yeah. Well, but what was great about the heart of that show was it was real, and it was a real couple going through real moments that you do at that stage of a marriage. Well, you can do the same, pay the same attention to a couple who are now 25 years in and who've had some bruises and been through, some trying times. So there is a as my younger son is heading off to college now, I'm going, wow, I am at that point. I never realized I was
Right.
gonna be that guy.
Yeah.
And like that's another interesting place to write. So there is a way to do it, and we'll see. We may do it. We may decide just go watch the old ones and enjoy it.
Yeah, I think it's a real crapshoot. I mean, you look at Will and Grace; they seem to have nailed it.
Yeah.
Other shows,
Well, I
not so
think
much.
The
You know.
big danger would be to try and do it and pretend. Will and Grace is sort of in its own little creative bubble.
Right.
They're not. It's so broad, and they're great. I
Yeah.
mean, it's really great. And Mad About You was a different thing, and it wasn't a joke fest. So we couldn't go back and say, well, let's just be in the same apartment and pretend we're 28.
Right.
Like, yeah, that's not going to work because you're not 28. But if we can come up with a way to get back into their story, at this point in time, it could be interesting. So we'll see. Yeah, there's certainly pitfalls, but it was interesting that because somebody went and prematurely said, hey, they're talking about it, there was a whole lot of buzz, and some of it was almost 50-50. Some people say, oh, my gosh, don't do it, don't do it.
Yeah.
Or some people say, boy, we miss you, we'd love to see what's going on with those two. It's like, okay, so we'll see.
Well,
it's just TV. If we do it,
that's right.
And if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. You can go watch, Breaking Bad again.
But it's still better than people being wholly indifferent to it.
Yeah, all right. That's a nice thing. They had an opinion.
Yeah, that's right. Paul Reiser is back on the road doing some shows, and you should catch him while you can. He's going to do the Roxino on March the 24th out at Northfield Park, which is a mere week from this Saturday.
Oh, my goodness. I better start showering. That's
You
good.
should shower and start working on some material, Paul.
Oh, man, because I have nothing. I'm dirty. I have no material.
Beautiful. Well, listen, I will watch whatever you're in. So
God bless you.
I'm
a friend, and come on down. It's a beautiful room. I'm told. I haven't been to the Roxino.
It
I'm
is
saying Roxino.
Roxino.
But I will be there, and if you're there, for God's sake, come and say hello.
All right, brother. Thank you for your time, Paul.
Take care.
All right. There is Paul Reiser, the great Paul Reiser, PaulReiser on Twitter. I tweeted out the info on getting tickets for his show. We gave some away a few weeks ago. I don't have any to give away this week, but Alan Cox Show is my Twitter, and you'll get all the information there. I'm a big fan. Okay, let me try to get you $1,000 here. Our $1,000 bribe means once an hour you get a crack at one of these words, so good luck.
Your shot at $1,000. Now, text the keyword WIN to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply. That's WIN to 200-200. Good luck from WMMS.
I really did like him on Stranger Things. I thought
He was great.
That character was great because he had a job to do, but he wasn't an evil scientist. Like he was
conflicted.
Yeah, he's like, I got to take care of this. There's a space hole.
Yeah.
That we got to figure out what that is.
Yeah, because I thought he was going to be the mad genius or whatever that just,
No, he's just like a guy that's just trying to manage a really tough situation to manage.
Yeah.
And do it without killing any kids.
I'm a guy just trying to deal with a dimensional tear. What do you want from me? Yeah. Well, I could have gone on for about an hour about Diner with him, but I didn't want to.
I love Diner.
Want to bore him. It's great. I mean, he's the only stand-up. Everybody else went on to be huge actors. It's Daniel Stern and Gutenberg and Kevin Bacon, but he was the only comic that was in that movie. So I think
was Mickey Rourke in that movie?
Mickey Rourke was in there too. Yeah, a lot of guys came out of that movie.
Haven't seen it in a long time, but I did enjoy that movie.
Yeah, and for people who are old enough to appreciate Johnny Carson. I would have mentioned it if he hadn't. That show is called There's Johnny, and Paul Reiser wrote it and produced it. It's on Hulu, and it is very entertaining. Tony Danza playing, Carson's producer. 35192, the text. I'm going to break here. I'll have tickets for you coming back for the Piston-powered Autorama, which goes on this weekend. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the IX Center, so if you want to check that out, we'll hook it up. And the live stream today at the Alan Cox Show YouTube channel, and you can listen live or hit us up at AlanCoxShow.com.
spray may cause death or addiction. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. Stop and go traffic 271 South between Chagrin and Broadway Forbes. You have a couple of accidents working. 480 eastbound at the Valley View Bridge. You're slow from 77. West 150th at Puritas Avenue. And the accident on 90 inbound after East 55th has been cleared. I'm John Crawford in the Traffic Center.
This report is brought to you by Pella Windows. 50% off installation and 12 months of no payments. Pella has the best windows to keep the cold air out and the warm air in. Visit PellaCleveland.com or any of the 6 showrooms in the area.
Now it's time to give stuff away. Hey, it's time to give stuff away.
All right, it's a 2018 Summit Racing Equipment IX piston-powered Autorama this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the IX Center. If a piston makes it go, it's in this show. You can see the daily schedule, everything that's going on. Buy tickets if you like at pistonpowershow.com. I'll give you a couple of here. You can do away with all that rigmarole. That'd be caller number 15, and these are yours. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
From the Final Touch Construction Studios, this is the 50th anniversary of WMMS Buzzard Radio, an iHeart radio station. And this is the Alan Cox Show.
$35192, you want to text the show streaming live at the Alan Cox Show YouTube page, rather. So many ways to see and hear the show, Bill. It's hard to keep them straight.
And people are enjoying it, so I'm happy about that.
Me too.
And it's gone pretty smoothly.
Bill has reverse engineered this whole thing for your viewing pleasure, so you can thank him.
And we'll leave the stream up too, so if you want to go back and check a part of the show, I'll probably cut it up and do little clips so that
Vignettes.
we have stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay. I got to figure out I gotta do something. I don't like the way I look on these things. I just don't. You know what I mean? I'm not. I don't like the way my hair looks. I don't like the way.
Do you want it from the other angle? You want to move it over to the other side?
No, because I've got the power cord snaked through here, and so
Right.
it's just me complaining.
Mhm.
I'm just being. If we're gonna have a lot, I got used to not having any kind of live stream,
Right.
so I didn't ever really pay attention to it. But if we're gonna be doing this,
Yeah, you
I'm
wanna
gonna
look
be.
good.
I'm gonna be more. I'm gonna be more concerned about how I look.
Do you still? I can't believe you still care about that. I think I've been seen at my worst.
Why? Because
so-
I'm 46?
No. Not even like
No,
that.
because you look so terrible.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying I've been seen at my worst so many times that I'm like, I don't even care anymore. Like what? What are you gonna say?
Well, that has been my approach. But if you can listen, everybody else is massaging how they look.
Yeah.
I should too. I'm growing my hair out, so I'm in a weird spot with that. It's all moppy and ratty.
Oh, my hair is ridiculous right now because I'm doing the perm thing because my album got to #1 on iTunes. You can still buy it, by the way. Sales have slowed down considerably, but
Once
you
they
can
got
still-
that perm in the bag.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
But the sales were great, so I'm happy about it. But if you want to go to iTunes or Amazon or Google Play and buy it, it's always nice to have more sales.
Sure.
But right now my hair is just all over the place because the sides are growing out, and I haven't had the sides this long, and I don't know how long. So I don't know what to do with it. So I just kind of push it back and then
slick
let
it.
it fall where it go,
Yeah.
where it may. And
that's kind of where I am.
And my
but-
girlfriend hates it.
Yeah.
She really hates my hair right now.
Really? It's
Yeah.
not that crazy. It's like
Well, you see it right now when it's morning hair.
Oh, when it's styled, you mean?
Yeah.
I see.
Because it gets real bad. It gets real, just like all over the
My
place.
hair is. I got to figure out what to do with my hair because it's all.
And now we're talking about your hair.
Yeah.
Why don't you also get a perm? You can get a perm with me.
I'm not going to get a perm.
That
with
looks
you.
real good on camera right now.
See?
Yeah.
I like that.
Now you need a fan in front of you.
Yeah, I do.
Just so
right?
it can blow the whole time.
That's right. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares, right?
I'd also like to compliment the people that are on the live stream that are just chatting and stuff. They've made me laugh a bunch of times today.
Really?
Yeah. They're just ridiculous things that they're saying
They
that
make
are
me
making me
laugh,
laugh.
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're saying Cody types like a kindergartner.
Yeah, they were like, my typing skills are of a kindergartner.
Why? Oh, because the
Because he does like one hand
behind
typing.
you?
Because I have the phone and I'm typing in and I'm using the mouse, so I'm typing with one hand. So whatever.
Which you think you'd be better at.
I'm fine any other time.
But I'm saying, like, with everything that you talk about on this show all the time, you think you'd be really good at typing with one hand.
Yeah, okay, well, I'm not. I'm like, what's your name? Alex. Typing in with one finger.
Just hunting and
that's
pecking.
okay. Yeah, you're a hunter and a pecker. Yeah. Yeah, people are asking when we're doing the polar blast punishments. I'm kind of two minds of that. We've discussed it briefly because with Erica out, I don't really want to do them until she comes back.
Right.
She is coming back. She's not dead. But I also don't want to do them in June.
Right.
Where they will completely have lost the interest of anyone who, you know, whenever we do them, we'll make a big deal out of it.
Right.
I would just feel weird if
we're doing it
two of
without her,
us,
yeah.
it's not even you. You don't even have to do one because you won.
Right.
So it would be, I feel like 2 is too few to do.
Well, we've done 2 in the past.
Have we?
Yeah, because when it was just interns, I mean, it was whoever. I mean, at one point, it was just one person doing a punishment.
Because I have to do the shot roulette. Pound Cake has to do the shock collar.
Yeah.
And
which is still legal
Erica
order.
is supposed to get that vertical tan. One half of her vertically would be tanned.
But Bill
spray
still,
tanned.
Bill still has to get his perm, so why don't we just wait till his hair grows out and then we'll do it then? Because, I mean, technically, that's his punishment. So we'll
Well,
do
it's not
it.
my
That's not his
punishment.
punishment. That's for he made the bet with the listeners that if they got him to number one,
Yes,
he'd
but
get
they
the perm.
did, so he can just do it at the same time.
Right. Well, I have that scheduled. That might happen before the punishment.
We know when that's happening.
Yeah.
Right. We just haven't revealed it yet.
I've revealed it to a few people.
You can't reveal it
They
to
asked
me.
Oh. I'll just tell her opening day. We'll happen on opening day.
Opening day.
I'll show up to opening day to the broadcast that we'll announce that we're doing.
Okay.
And I'll show up there with the perm. So you can come out and see my curly hair.
We'll do the show live for Tribe Opening Day, which is Friday, April 6th. I'm cutting short my trip to Florida to return to do the live show. So that perm,
it's going to look great.
Better be nice.
What are you going to Florida for?
My in-laws are like renting a condo with a bunch of members of their family, and Gwen was like, we should go down. Take the little one. Yeah.
Vacation.
So we're going to go down that first week of April, and then I was like, oh, damn it. The 6th is Indians opening day, and I didn't want to miss doing the show live because it's fun. It's a Cleveland holiday.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we'll come back early.
All right, you got to fix your hair. I can't look at it like this anymore.
I'm not going to fix my hair.
All right.
Why? What's with the...
It's the one, like, pokey one.
This
yeah,
one?
that's the one that's...
My emo hook?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Hold
Your
on.
Pete Wentz.
I'm just going to put it all down in my face like this.
Oh, boy.
So I'm going to be more Snape than anything else. Right? All right, let me talk. Hold on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I can't concentrate with
I
that
know.
like that.
You can't concentrate with my sweet, sweet locks in your face. Anywho, yeah, so when Erica comes back, and I'm not lying when I say I don't know when that will be, but she will. I guess we'll do the perm and then figure out where we are then, you know?
Yeah, I mean, she'll be back eventually.
But people have asked, and
we'll do them. Everyone's going to do them. I'm not going to let them slide. I'm not going to let you guys get out of doing them.
No, I know that.
I was hoping you was going to forget.
And I'm not
Why
even,
would I forget?
I'm not even suggesting that. I'm thinking, like, when would we pull the trigger on them?
Yeah. And Erica's not in rehab, by the way, for anyone that...
Rehab
thinks
for
that-
what?
Why do you humor them?
I'm just telling him.
But rehab
They
for
know.
what?
I know. He says for being a basic bitch.
There's-
Which if there was anything she would go to rehab for, it'd be that.
There is on the east side there is a wall-size mirror rehabilitation facility, and that's where she's been the entire time.
Home Goods Rehab.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, everybody saw the story about the New York City chopper crash.
Yes.
Those people, one guy had only lived there a few months. His brother and his dad were going to come out and visit for his brother's birthday. It was going to be a boys' trip or whatever.
Where's Sully when you need him?
Yeah, the pilot got out, but these other people on this chopper, they couldn't get out of their tether. This helicopter went upside down in the Hudson, I think.
Yeah.
And they couldn't get out. If you've ever taken a helicopter ride, they will give you kind of a brief safety, like on an airplane, you know?
I've never been in a helicopter.
You've never been in a helicopter?
I don't think I want to. I have someone a friend keeps offering to take me on a ride in one. She's got like a hookup.
I want to go.
Helicopters are fun.
Oh, it's scary.
I was in a helicopter before I was ever on an airplane. When I was like 8 years old, we went to this fair way outside Chicago that it was near where my grandma lived at the time or something, and they had this fair, and there was a guy giving helicopter rides. And so I went on a helicopter ride when I was like 8 years old. It was so fun.
Are you sure it was a real helicopter? Because just a guy at a fair going, hey, I'm giving helicopter rides. If you want to just come back here, I'll show you where my helicopter is.
Well, the guy standing next to him was giving mustache rides, and so I flipped a coin, and it landed on helicopter. But these people couldn't get out. They'll give you a little safety thing, and they will tell you that there is a knife on your tether where if something happens, you can cut off your harness. I don't know if that's standard issue in helicopters that have carry passengers. Apparently, these people either weren't told that or weren't told where it was. They all drowned.
Or they just panicked.
They panicked. They all drowned because they couldn't get out of their harness. So the pilot was the only one who got out alive.
Is it not like a seatbelt where you just kind of click it out?
It's more like a 4 or 5 point harness.
Okay.
So if you're flipping out,
it's
I
not
could
the
see where you
easiest thing to
That's
get
right.
off.
It's
yeah.
not like a seatbelt where it
That
just crosses
sucks.
your body. It really sucks. But things could have been worse. I only mention that because a photo was going around, and if you haven't found this, you absolutely have to find it. A hospital in India that took a guy in who had his leg severed at the knee, and they couldn't find anything to prop him up on in the hall, so they used his leg as a pillow.
Oh, Jesus.
To keep his head elevated. They're like, we don't have a pillow. So they took the leg that had been severed and put it underneath his head.
That is the most disturbing thing I've ever seen, but also kind of hilarious.
Listen, I don't know what it can't be world-class facilities there if they're having a hard time locating a pillow in a hospital. But, that is some quick thinking. Hey, do we have anything to prop up this dude's head with?
Quick, get the leg.
We've got the limb that he came in with that is currently detached from his body.
It probably smelled so bad.
Imagine using somebody else's leg. Like, I want the chick down the street that's like my 600-pound life. Like, her leg would be comfy.
600-pound life.
Yeah, he wants a nice
a big
cankle.
fat leg.
Yeah, you want a big old cankle to
you
use
do
as a
want
pillow.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Will these videos be saved after the shows, or are they just live streamed?
They'll be saved.
Saved, okay,
Yeah.
because people are asking.
Yeah, they'll be saved. You can go through and watch the entire show now.
Yep. You just go to our YouTube page, which I think is The Alan Cox Show.
Correct.
And you'll find the live stream. And yeah.
And then it's because we're doing that, it shows all the other live streams that are there. And we have we're doing okay. But then you see Joe Rogan's got 26,000 people watching it.
Of course.
But he's
yeah,
established that. So
that's
we'll get
right.
there.
And there's more production, but whatever. I mean, listen, I am still of the mind that I don't know who the hell would want to watch a live stream of a radio show.
But people do.
If you want to, we're offering it to you. That's right. I don't get it, but that's fine with me.
And we'll have little things to, as we figure this out, we'll have different things to make the breaks not so boring.
Because
little interstitials.
Very interesting breaks in here. We'll act out little scenes for you. We'll do some Shakespeare in the Park. By the way, a PS to that helicopter story is they're saying that one of the people on the helicopter, the reason it went down, was that somebody had a shoulder bag that bumped the emergency fuel dump, and that's why the helicopter went down. Imagine that.
I'm sure people are going to...
You go down because somebody bumped a switch.
I'm sure why would they have that in the range, in the length of someone's...
Yeah, why would someone have access to that?
Well, not access. It's probably, I don't know, but it's cramped quarters. I mean, it's not,
That's why helicopters are scary to me. I don't know if I'd want to do that.
You think people are going to blame this pilot because
they're harder
he
to
survived?
stabilize than airplanes? I don't... Well,
I think they will. They might blame him. They're
maybe.
How could you not... You know how people are.
Well, no, I think that's why they're getting it out there that somebody's bag bumped the fuel dump. I mean...
And he survived. So it's like, you can help the other people. You're the captain. You're supposed to be, the hero.
Alan, they didn't crash that hard, but they said 2 people died instantly, so it's not a harness issue. What I read was that the people who drowned because they were upside down and couldn't get out of their harnesses. So I don't That might not. That's what I read. That might not be the case.
Why is
but
everything
what do I
always
know?
landing in like the Hudson River? Was that the Hudson River in New York?
The Hudson or the East? Yeah, one of them.
Like every plane that goes down, like the one guy landed the plane on the Hudson River, the other one is
Sully.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already mentioned him.
But I'm just saying, why does that
He
always
could have saved
happen?
them all. Because
Well, it doesn't always happen. I mean, when was the
there's
last
a lot
time
of
a plane
traffic there. Yeah. It's just, I think the number of people doing helicopters, like there's tours every day, and we've had one crash.
Well, people were telling me they were strapped in because it was open door because they were taking pictures. So that would be different from a normal helicopter ride. Again, when I was 8 years old, I was strapped in. I mean, I was a kid. But it was like one of those Hueys, those old military helicopters. So I don't even know if there were doors on it. You just sat there and kind of looked out. But I wasn't leaning out the side. I was on a helicopter ride with my dad and a pilot.
I want to go in a blimp. Like my friend.
If only we were close to a company that has a blimp.
My friend works for the company.
I wonder if. Well, why can't he get you up there?
He can. I just haven't had the time to.
Oh, I see.
You make time to go up in the Goodyear blimp.
It's on your bucket list, though.
It's on my bucket list. It's attainable. It's not like I'm in a rush to do it. I also want to.
I've never
go
been on a blimp
skydiving.
ride. I've done that. I've never gone on a blimp ride, though.
Yeah. I've never done a blimp. I've never done. I did like a hot air balloon when we were in school, but
That's cool.
but here's the thing: they took us up and they had it tied to.
Tethered.
Well, but they had it tied to like the back of a truck, or it was a van, so that we could only go up a certain amount and then bring us down.
Lame.
But it was really windy that day, and this thing lifted the whole van off the ground.
You're flipping out because that's
and like I was like, and then they're like, "Oh, we're done. We're not doing it anymore." And I didn't get to go up because
damn,
the kids that were up there were like crying and screaming because they almost died. Like that thing blew, like the way it was tethered and everything. Like the basket went like horizontal. It was a nightmare.
Why didn't they think that? Like, why didn't they think about that?
Because the wind came out suddenly.
But you would think a hot air balloon is a massive structure, like it's huge. And a little itty bitty little van on the ground is gonna stop that thing from blowing
It wasn't
away?
like a little van. It was like a big old van.
That's not big enough. Not big enough.
But if it had
But it's
been windy,
metal.
it would have been fine.
Right.
But because of the wind, that's what caused all the problems.
Oh, so what about the people inside of the van?
There wasn't anybody in it. That was what they used to bring the basket out.
I thought
Yeah.
somebody was driving it and they
no.
were like pulling you guys
No, they
along.
were not. No, it wasn't like that.
And I'm pretty sure that when you're I've flown into New York in a handful of occasions, and I think anybody who has, I think the Hudson is like in the flight path for Kennedy or
I think for LaGuardia.
Is it LaGuardia?
Okay.
I think it's like in between, yeah.
It just seems odd because when planes go down, that's like the place. You never hear of it. No planes really crashing in Lake Erie, really.
There was
Except
just one
that-
over the summer.
That entire family that
Yeah.
died. You mean other than that one?
Entire family. I thought it was
Their
like
their parts were washing up on the shore.
That just
couple of
happened a
months
few
later.
months ago.
Yeah. Al and I work at Goodyear, and blimp rides are nearly impossible to score.
You don't know the right people.
You mean other than him being an employee? You don't know the right people. You mean his boss he doesn't know?
I know some execs.
Pardon me? I'm sure the executives are handing out blimp rides. I'm running the company. I'm not over here scheduling the rides. Now, I went to a Blimpy in
I love
Detroit.
Blimpy.
Oh, sandwich. It was pretty good.
What'd you
Only
get?
edited, huh?
What'd you get?
A sandwich.
Well, what kind?
I don't remember.
You don't have like a go-to sandwich?
No.
I usually go with an Italian sub.
I haven't been there in a long time, so I don't remember what I got. But, no. I probably got a hot meatball. I probably got a chicken cheddar bacon ranch. If memory serves, that's probably what I got.
First time I had
Or a BLT. Pardon me?
I said first time I ever had one was when we were at the airport.
Blimpy.
Blimpy?
Yeah, I didn't know what the hell that was. I was just like, I'm hungry. I'm tired of waiting in here. We had that layover. I was like, gotta have something.
Man, at East End, where we do the shows on Thursday, they have a BLT there that has peanut butter on it. Oh, my God, it's so good.
A BLT with peanut butter?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Just a little bit. Just a little tiny bit to give a little something.
Huh.
And it's very good.
All right.
And it's like $6 and a lot of bacon. But not too much.
Okay.
I know Alan doesn't like to have too much of anything.
Well, listen, I'm a firm believer in moderation. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't like to have too much that. You're right. No, too much condiments. I don't like too much fun. I don't like too much
Too much fun. Everybody calm down. We're having too much fun.
That's right.
We got to reel in the fun.
That's right. Again, it's all subjective. So what's
I definitely have never seen you have too much fun.
That's right. Nor will you, because I'm trying to be as monastic as I can possibly be.
Is there such thing as too much sex?
I try to be, of course. That's how there's a huge STD spike in Beaver County, Pennsylvania.
With one person, I mean.
300% rise in HIV. Is there too much sex with one person?
Yeah.
Well, you're not having too much of anything with one person.
Well, I'm not.
Well, that's why I
talking
have to ask
about
you,
me.
because he's never had that kind of monogamous relationship where you're having too much sex.
No, you cannot have too much sex with one person.
Okay, so that's
or
one thing.
multiple people, frankly.
That's one thing you can't have too much of then.
Well, I'm not saying you can't do things. I'm saying I don't do things. Okay. I like to stay a bit more disciplined. Does that make me a stick in the mud? Probably. But you know why I don't care about that? Because you can never have too much mud. I'll never have too many.
You're more for the mud than the stick?
Yes. I'm more a fan of the mud than the stick. That's right.
Well.
So while there's all kinds of people out there having all kinds of fun, I'll be back here taking care of business.
Having a
TCB.
moderate amount of fun.
That's right. Moderation. Because then you can do everything. You can do everything in moderation.
Thing.
You do thing in moderation.
I like to go overboard.
It's when you start doing things too much, that becomes a vicious cycle, and then something will stop you from doing anything else. Because you've done too much of one thing.
Nobody wants to hear about your moderate amount of fun.
I realize that, but I'm merely speaking from the heart.
You want to go too far, too fast, too long.
No.
Yeah.
No. Where does that get you? Get you unable to do
Gets
things.
you to have some great stories.
It gets you unable to do things beyond that.
Yeah, but then
I'd like to have more.
You'll learn.
I'd like to have more stories because I paced myself.
Yeah, but nobody wants to hear those stories.
I know. Those are boring stories. Well, you got me post. You're getting me post excess years.
I know.
I'm
I'm
not in my
there too.
excess years. I know.
I'm getting there too.
I know. You're
I'm up and down.
You're years away from moderating yourself.
Right.
From not having too much fun. We're going to have to live vicariously through Pound Cake. He'll be having too much of everything.
Yeah. I've lived.
No, you haven't. That's my point. We're looking forward to when you actually...
Too much Pound Cake!
We're looking forward to that when you do some living.
Yeah. Can't wait. I'm just imagining it in my head.
Yeah.
Well, keep it there for now.
For now, please. Let's at least finish today's show, shall we? Avenged Sevenfold on the road all summer with Prophets of Rage. That'd be a good show. Monday, August 6th, they're going to do Blossom. If you want to go see them, we'll hook it up coming back. 35192 to text the live stream of the show at the Alan Cox Show YouTube channel. You can listen live or hit us up for anything else at AlanCoxShow.com.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app.
Time to give stuff away.
All right, Avenged Sevenfold on tour this summer with Prophets of Rage. Monday, August 6th is the Cleveland show. They'll play Blossom. LiveNation.com's got all the info for you. If you want a couple of tickets here for the show, be caller 12, and Pound Cake will make it so. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
He keeps his emergency bug-out bag in his trunk. Unfortunately, it contains only Pez, comic books, and moist towelettes. The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.
$35192. Want to text me the live stream at the Alan Cox Show YouTube channel, which you can get to at AlanCoxShow.com. If you want to join us for the inaugural St. Paddy's Day 5K and kilt run on Saturday downtown before we start day drinking, you can get 10% off your registration by using the promo code WMMS10 at WMMS.com. Whether you want to do the 5K only, whether you want to do the kilt run only, or both, you can get that money off your registration. That ends Friday at 5 p.m. And tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, I will have passes for you to win to join us. Me, Bill, Pound Cake, Doogie, Dieter, Jeffrey, and Snitzer. We'll all be downtown. Some of us running, some of us not. But come 10:15, 10:30, we're all going to start partying at Dive Bar downtown, and then we'll move around West 6th. But that's, if you want to come hang, that's where we'll be after the run. It's all brought to you by Coors Light, Hermes, Cleveland, and the West 6th Street District. So we'll see you down there. I'm excited.
It's going to be fun.
We're going to be announcing the Alan Cox Show Comedy Tour in a few weeks. Give you all the details on that. We're going to be laying out the summer bar crawls.
We have a spring bar crawl.
Are we talking about the spring bar crawl?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, there's a superhero bar crawl that's going on with Great Lakes Brewing Company that we're all going to be doing on April the 21st in the Flats. That's the long and short of it, right?
Right, and you can get the tickets online now because you have to. It's a ticketed event.
It's a ticketed event.
Yeah.
Will you? I've got a costume.
It's on Eventbrite. I will get into some sort of superhero costume.
Okay. I don't have like a legit full-on costume, but I will be dressed in superhero garb.
I'll have something. I'll
All right.
figure something out. I don't have anything yet, but it's fun.
Okay, yeah.
I'm probably the most excited about this whole thing because we're doing this to kind of promote Infinity War unofficially.
That's right. That's going to be out about the same time.
The following week.
Like
6 days later.
So we'll be doing that superhero bar crawl on April the 21st. Is it Eventbrite.com where people get tickets for it? Okay. And that'll be in the Flats.
Amy sent you the link, I think.
Did she?
Yeah. She said she did during the meeting. So.
That's a Saturday, and so we're all going to be down there for
12
that.
to 5. Noon to 5.
Noon to 5. That's right.
Wait, what's noon to 5?
The superhero bar
crawl
on April 21st that we're all going to be a part of.
The East Bank of the Flats.
Great Lakes Brewing Company.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Will you dress up, Pound Cake?
Yeah, yes. I am a team player, despite the contrary. Like I am a team player.
Despite the contrary.
Who says you're not a team player? The listeners tell you you're not a team player?
I think they think that I'm just a sourpuss about everything, but I'm not. I'll
sourpuss.
I think they do.
I've never heard anyone call you a sourpuss.
Yeah, I've heard people call you a lot of things. I've heard people call all of us a lot of things. I don't know that any of us have ever been called sourpuss.
You don't see the messages I get on Twitter.
No,
Someone
I don't.
calls you a sourpuss on Twitter?
Yeah, Pound Cake, you're a real sourpuss.
He's a real blockhead.
Yeah, come on.
Yes, usually somebody with an egg as a profile picture.
Oh, well, then what do you care?
I mean, I don't.
It's not even a real person.
But, like, I'm down to do that stuff. I need to find out what costume, like, what superhero would I be?
Pick one. Is there anyone that's near and dear to your heart?
I do love a good Spider-Man.
There you go. Get a Spiderman costume.
But I like a cape.
Be caped Spiderman. What's a caped superhero that you like?
Blade.
Blade doesn't have a cape.
He's got a trench coat.
Just be gay Spider-Man. It's just a Spider-Man costume with a cape.
Yeah.
No.
You don't want to do that?
No.
Calling too much attention? Is it too obvious?
Catwoman. Oh, wait, she don't have a cape cape.
I mean, old school Spider-Man had the webbing in the armpits. Does that count? No,
They had
you
that
want
in
a cape.
Homecoming, too, yeah.
In Homecoming, yeah.
I'll give it some thought. Yeah.
Did the Miles Morales comic book Spider-Man have a cape?
No.
All right.
Spider-Man doesn't do capes.
No, I know. Would kind of defeat the purpose of being Spider-Man.
So we all dress up as superheroes. Are you guys going to dress up?
I've got a costume.
He's
yes.
got a costume. I'll figure something out.
I have put together what is a costume. Because I was gonna go in a full-on legit costume at first. I was like, no, it's gonna be cumbersome and uncomfortable, and if you have a mask, you have no peripheral vision.
Right.
So no, I put something together that I think will be fun.
Oh yeah,
funny.
if I'm Superman, then it's going to be really hard for me to drink because it comes with like a mask.
There's no Superman mask.
No, but
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. That's
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Okay.
Getting my superheroes.
Be a be Black Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Right? I don't
No
remember
cape
his
again.
name. I'm a Hal Jordan guy, but I don't remember. There's no cape. Boy, this is tough.
I was Thor once for Halloween.
Be Blank Man. Be Damon Wayans in
but
Blank
that was
Man.
because of your lifestyle. I'll throw Thor this morning.
He was
John
really,
Stewart.
He was dropping the hammer. John Stewart from The Daily Show?
Yes, that's the Black
He's
Green Lantern.
Black Green Lantern?
Yeah.
John Stewart was
John
the Black
Stewart,
Green
yeah.
Lantern? Oh, okay. I don't remember that at all. Must have been after I bailed out of comic books. Something with a cape for pound cake. Blank Man is good.
Blank Man would be great.
That'd be funny.
In the comic books, Black Panther has a cape.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't ever remember seeing Black Panther with a cape.
Yeah, it's kind of like a shoulder thing. It's not like a real long one.
Okay.
It's like a shawl.
What if I go as a villain?
Shawl.
Yeah, you can do a villain.
I want to go as Maleficent.
Oh, jeez.
Please go as Maleficent. Yeah, but you're going to have that big headdress then.
I don't care.
He's going to walk
You're
around
always
with
so happy about it.
No, he's going to walk around with a scepter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you not remember I was a whoopee cushion for Halloween one year? I had to walk around as Bette Midler for
Hocus Pocus.
So, I mean, I commit to my costumes.
All right.
Maleficent. Oh, if they have that, I'm going to be that.
Well, there you go. It's not really a comic book, but I think everyone
He
would
could take
be
some
happy
artistic
about it.
license
Yeah,
with
for
it,
sure.
sure. I think people would let you off the hook if you had an amazing costume like that.
See, I can't do anything where... Is there a curly-haired... Because I'll have the perm at this point.
A permed superhero?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, or I'll have to wear a wig or something. I'll figure it out. I don't know.
Hey, Len.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, man?
Hate the show.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you guys were talking about riding in blimps,
Yeah?
and we were painting the like they expanded the offices in it. We were painting it at the hangar. It's like outside of Akron.
Yes, sir.
And let me tell you something, man. Those things are freaky.
The blimps are?
Yeah, because it's like you're in an upside-down Volkswagen on a big balloon.
Yeah.
And when they take off, they don't... I used to think that, like, they took off like a helicopter, but the fronts of them go up almost like a rocket, and they shoot straight up.
But they're self-propelled, right? They aren't lifted into
they're
the air.
really, really loud when you're in there. Like, when you see them, in the air and stuff, you don't hear them. But, man, it's freaky. I wouldn't want to do it again. I just had the chance to because the captain, we were painting the place, and the captain's like, hey, we're taking the blimp out, you want to go for a ride? And I'm like, I hate flying anyway. So I'm like, I'm petrified of it.
But you didn't want to pass it up.
No, that's what I mean. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
I
an
was
experience for sure.
I only think of that when they were in a...
I'll never have this opportunity again. So.
Right. I only think of when they were in the blimp in Indiana Jones, and it sounded really loud. It sounded like a bunch of fans and propellers.
Well,
yeah, I mean...
Which it is, I assume.
What freaked me out was I didn't know that the front tipped up like that, and that's when they take off.
Yeah. But you live to tell the tale, Len.
What's that?
You live to tell the tale.
I know, right?
And did you ever go up again or no?
No, I'm not going up in that.
Well, no, it's like when people go skydiving and they're terrified, but then they hit the ground and they're like, I want to go up again.
Yeah,
like
you
you
got a
kind of got
taste for
over
it.
your fear. Yeah.
Well, you remember the cartoon when you're in a hot air balloon and you're in a basket and the little woodpecker sitting on top of it?
Starts poking a hole in it?
Right.
Yeah. That's all I could think about.
Okay.
How about a nice hydrogen Zeppelin? Would that make you feel better?
How about helium? That's not flammable. So you were white knuckling it the whole time?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but they don't go. Do they go that high if you're just on kind of a test run?
They went pretty high, man. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you can pretty much see. I mean, from the ground, it doesn't look like that far up, but you're up there.
It looks pretty far up. You're at Progressive Field or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And like I said, I hate flying, but you're literally in like a car stapled to the bottom of a balloon.
But you didn't soil yourself up there, did you?
No. I probably.
You'd be
I
honest
was
with
close,
us if you did, yeah.
but-
Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah, it was scary, man. But yeah, I mean, would I suggest it to somebody to do it if you get the chance? Absolutely.
Sure.
But I would rather go in a blimp.
If
than
Len
a
can
high-air
do it,
balloon, you
if
know what I
Len
mean?
can do it, anybody can do it.
I don't want to be in a basket, with a big balloon over my head.
Understood.
No, I'm not doing that. But anyway, guys, let me let you go.
All right. Thank you, Len.
I just want to let you know it was really cool. It's cool, but it's scary.
Understood. Okay, thank you. There's Len, who went up in that Goodyear blimp. Blimps are scary AF.
Poundcake, you really think you could hook that up with your...
With my clout? Yeah.
Yeah? You know someone that well?
Hell yeah. Yeah, and I know people who knows people.
All right.
Do you know that I don't care?
If you could do that, I would be really impressed. I would love to do that.
Okay. Also, I want to.
Here comes the Pound Cake Goodyear Blimp Challenge, everyone.
Also, I really would like to go skydiving, and my friend goes skydiving every summer too, and it's only like $100. So I would really like.
Yeah,
to
that's
do
easy.
that.
Mary did that.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't do it, but I want to do it.
And hope your chute opens.
Well, they have another guy attached to me too. Secondary.
Oh,
chute.
that's why he wants to go up.
He just wants to go tandem jumping. You got a boyfriend?
They're like, Pound Cake, you only need tandem jumps for your first 10. You've done 55 jumps. I think we can get rid of the instructor. No, I still feel a little shaky up there.
My hero.
Jump number 100. Pound Cake, I don't need to hold your hand on these. Nope. Still a little squeamish. I'd really like it if you could. So he's hoping for something to go wrong.
Yeah.
So that the instructor will have to pull the backup chute and then, like, bear hug Pound Cake to make sure that he's safe on the way down.
Make me feel a cur.
All right, let me try to get you $1,000 here. Our $1,000 bribe. Once an hour happens. Every one of these words has got $1,000. So good luck.
Your shot at $1,000. Now, text the keyword money to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply. That's money to 200-200. Good luck from WMMS.
Cavs tonight in Phoenix. They'll play the Suns at 10 o'clock. So your coverage here in MMS will start at 9:30. It's Tristan Thompson's 27th birthday today. His girl, Khloe Kardashian, posted something to him on Instagram. She's getting ready to pop. I don't know when she's due.
It's got to be soon,
She's
right?
very pregnant. Yep. I guess I didn't realize she's 33 and he's 27.
Yeah, she's older.
I didn't get that. Didn't pay attention to that.
He's a young buck.
Well, is he still out? He's not playing?
He's not playing right now. He's tweaked his ankle, so he'll be out at least another week.
All right.
And then we should be getting Kevin Love back soon, too. So that'll be nice because they need all the help they can get.
Oh, I'll give him a standing ovation when he comes back.
Kevin Love.
Like, how proud I am. I support you. I commend you.
You make me not like him. Like, that's how...
Pound Cake makes you not like Kevin Love?
I think Kevin Love's great, but the way you focus on him is very off-putting to me.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
Everybody's got a favorite player, right?
I know, but he doesn't care about how he plays basketball.
Yeah,
I see.
He's a really good player.
Bill takes it personally as that you're not like a fan of his playing, you're a fan of him. Like he took it, he was upset when I went to the Cavs game in the suite.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I really love to play with him.
Say Kevin Love goes skydiving, okay? God forbid the worst happens, okay? Chute doesn't open. You'd certainly think that it would violate whatever contract he's got with the team to do something that potentially dangerous. But athletes do this all the time, where they'll get into some trouble. Roethlisberger, years ago when I was in Pittsburgh, he was on his motorcycle. He hit a car with no helmet.
Right.
The car didn't have a helmet. He didn't have a helmet. Nobody had a helmet.
And I think he, missed no games?
Missed no games.
That's ridiculous.
Right. Well, it wasn't going to make him any dumber.
No.
He's not exactly a Rhodes Scholar. But let's say the worst happens. Kevin Love, shoot an open. Who's your backup go-to guy on the team?
Korver.
Of course. Couldn't have said it quicker myself.
And after Korver?
Who's another white guy on the team?
No. It was Irving, but he's not there anymore, so I don't think I have one.
You better look at that
roster. Can you name
roster.
another player on the team besides LeBron?
Probably Isaiah Thomas.
I got news for you, bud.
Oh, he's gone too?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Man, you were striking out left and right. IT's gone.
Traded him a couple weeks ago.
Okay,
Yep.
Okay, Tristan then.
And he's playing pretty well, isn't he? He's the guy. He's playing like the guy we hoped he was going to be here.
He did
He's
against
doing
us
all
the
right?
other night.
Yeah.
He's still up and down. Like, he'll have a good game, then 2 or 3 bad games.
So he was playing with revenge in his blood.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I respect that. Hey, Country Chris.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I got a costume that Bill can do for, to go along with his perm. He can be the Green Hornet like Seth Rogen. But...
Okay, there you go. That's not a bad one.
Yeah, but that's Seth Rogen. The Green Hornet didn't have a perm. Like the original guy didn't have a perm, I don't think.
Yeah, but I can be the Seth
Rogen Green
version,
Hornet.
yeah.
I see. All right.
Yeah, I was going to say, because the Green Hornet was technically 2 people, but...
Well, maybe Pound Cake can be Kato.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Right? All right.
That'd be a good setup. All right, y'all.
All right, thank you, Chris. There's Country Chris, something to think about. You could be the Green Hornet.
Maybe I could be Professor Chaos from South Park.
Oh, that'd be funny. I'm all for that.
I don't think I know that one.
That's Butters.
Alter ego?
Yeah, when he does the superhero episodes,
see.
he's the villain and he's Professor Chaos.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, Bill.
Oh, hey, what's going on?
Bill, this is Timothy Mozgov,
Oh, yeah?
formerly of Cleveland Cavaliers.
Mm-hmm. For some reason, Alan's feed went out.
I could not help but overhear Pound Cake talking about who his favorites would be. I was hoping he would consider Mozgov.
You're gone.
No, I'm never gone, Pancake. I will return to Cleveland Cavaliers when they need me most, which seems to be right now.
Yeah, we definitely could use you, even though you bricked that dunk pretty hard the other day.
Yeah, but...
I bricked the dunk, Bill, but you do know how much money I made for missing that dunk?
A lot.
$5 million.
Just for that one dunk.
Whether I make it or not, I get paid.
Yeah, that's true. So why try that hard, right?
That's right, Bill. I'm too tall. When I go home and I look little Timothy Jr. in the eyes, he does not care that I miss because I'm able to buy him pony.
Buy him a pony every day.
I buy him lots of ponies, that's right.
What does he do with all those ponies?
Well, eventually he eats them.
Why?
But, well, ponies are delicious, Bill. I try to
Are they?
I try to teach him value of a pony. That eventually... That's how we do in Russia. When I grew up, that was how we lived. We called it riding dinner.
What?
How
many? What's the best part of a pony to eat?
Usually we were so poor that our village would split up pony. And so Mozgov family unfortunately only got ears.
Pony ears?
Pony ears, Bill.
It doesn't sound like it's even edible. It's like cartilage.
Well, everything's edible if you try hard enough. But I told Timothy Jr., you must know value of pony. And he can eat whole pony now.
He eats a whole pony?
Not by himself, I meant whole family eat pony.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a team effort.
Because I always said I wanted my son to have what I did not have.
Which is an entire pony, not just the ears.
Entire pony, that's right. So we have pony salad, pony steaks. Listen.
Do you listen to Pony by Genuine while you eat your ponies?
I do. I tell Mrs. Mozgov, ride on it. My dinner, which is pony.
Right. I got it.
Listen, the reason I called, I got off topic. I would like Pancake to consider Mozgov as one of his choices.
Yeah, well, aren't you from Russia?
I am from Russia, yes.
Yeah, there's this little conversation we had earlier about foreskin, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, bro.
Well, Mozgov has no foreskin.
I don't believe you.
I'm telling truth.
Pixar didn't happen.
Before Mozgov was married, so many groupies, it eventually rubbed off.
Cool.
It just burned off from friction.
Okay, well, you're definitely not going to be on my list now.
Listen, I have to go.
Okay, please go.
Please.
Goodbye.
I love you, Mozgov, but that was upsetting.
All right. Pancake's really, he's got his standards.
I said I'm trying
firm
to past it.
I understand.
I'm trying.
All right, we're going to come back, wrap everything up. If you want to get the last word in, you can send a text, 35192. We'll be back after these.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app.
Integrated Medical Solutions to men are immediate openings for CNC machine operator technicians. Check out Integrated Medical Solutions.
That's it. Thanks for watching.
What?
I'm just saying goodbye right now.
Oh, I see.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow, and we'll keep doing this, I think. So thanks. Good night. Follow us on Twitter and all that stuff. This laptop's about